have open migration from any country where we cannot safely and reliably vet and screen those who seek to enter the United States.
President Trump in a video posted on X detailing a new ban on travel from a dozen countries. Some were on the controversial list in his first term.
The proclamation, which goes into effect on June 9th, will fully restrict and limit the entry of nationals from 12 countries, including Afghanistan, Burma, Chad, Republic of the Congo, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. It also partially restricts and limits the entry of nationals from an additional 7 nations, including Burundi, Cuba, Laos, and Venezuela. According to the White House, these common-sense restrictions include places that lack proper vetting, exhibit high visa overstay rates, or fail to share identity and threat information.
That's Fox's Kristen Goodwin. The Boulder, Colorado terrorist suspect in the U.S. illegally for overstaying his visa, Mohammed Solomon, returns to court today facing state charges this time.
Now, these charges come after a dozen people were injured at a march calling for the release of Israeli hostages on Sunday. And late yesterday, a U.S. district judge in Colorado issued an order temporarily blocking the deportation of Solomon's wife and his 5 children.
Fox's Brooks Singman. Israel's military has gone into Gaza and recovered the bodies of 2 more hostages. Yudi Weinstein Haggai was born in the U.S., and her husband Gad. Both were killed in the Hamas terror attack in October 2023 that triggered Israel's war. Hamas still holds 56 hostages, but about a third of those are believed to be alive. Now to the war in Ukraine.
Just hours after a call between President Trump and Putin, another deadly drone strike by Russia. Ukrainian officials say 6 drones of the type made by Iran hit residential areas in the northern city of Prilupki.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. 5 people were killed. President Trump says in their phone call, Putin said he plans to respond to Ukraine's attacks the other day, destroying a lot of Russian bombers. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Nothing but brake lights, rain, and 68 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Downtown has already picked up 3/4 of an inch of rain since midnight, and more is expected throughout the day. A high of 76 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. A semi crashed earlier this morning, and it has reduced westbound I-70 near Sherman Drive to just 1 lane. Indiana State Police say it's a dual trailer semi, and it overturned. No other cars are involved. Matt Baer will have more coming up in a couple of minutes from the WIBC Traffic Center. 2 people were shot last night on Indy's north side near 38th and Meridian. The cops say they've found 1 victim in a car. They're looking for 2 other cars that may have been involved, but they haven't shared any other details. In Oklahoma City, it is game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight.
We've been the underdogs since I've gotten here for the last 3 years. Every game in the playoffs, it felt like nobody wanted us to win. We're here, and nothing's new, and we're going to attack it with the same mindset.
And that's Pacers forward Aaron Nesmith. The game starts at 8:30. The Pacers are a heavy betting underdog. Indiana Democratic Congressman Andre Carson has concerns about the use of Camp Atterbury. John Herrick explains why.
On Wednesday, Carson formally requested additional information from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security regarding the potential use of Camp Atterbury in Indiana for immigration detention purposes. Carson argues that not only does the prospect of using Camp Atterbury raise concerns that our military readiness will be reduced, it's also deeply concerning given numerous reports that detainees across the United States have been denied legal due process. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And if you were stuck in traffic in downtown Indianapolis yesterday, you were not alone.
Because they're not blocking the side streets. They told you to line up on Pennsylvania. We've been in the same spot back there at the courthouse.
And that's Diana. We ran into her while sitting in traffic like everybody else along Pennsylvania Street, waiting to get a Pacers swag bag. The Pacers eventually ran out of those bags in celebration of the NBA Finals. They gave away more than 5,000 bags. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together next. In 1 minute, it's 6:04.
Have you ever checked your Social Security statement to see how much money you'll get in retirement? Guess what? This number could be a lot less or a lot more than the number on your statement. It's Hammer and Nigel, and you could discover how you could get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy. We trust Bill, and you can too.
So if you have saved more than $200,000 but have not yet filed for Social Security, Schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery. 317-648-5120. This free analysis takes the guesswork out of filing for your benefits, and most importantly, it could help you get every penny that's rightfully yours. Free analysis. Bill Demery. 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120.
All right, we are checking out westbound 70, and this is a rolled semi-trailer westbound 70 east side at Sherman Drive, and everything but the left lane is blocked right now. There's a huge, large crane trying to bring up this semi right now, and traffic is stopped from Sherman Drive back to Arlington Avenue. Also, about the same area going the other direction. This is eastbound 70 at Emerson Avenue. That's a stall in the exit ramp. The ramp is open. Continuing into the north split, this is westbound 70. Crash on the exit ramp to southbound 6570 in the north split. That ramp is open. It is partially blocked. Heading towards the west side, like you're going from downtown to the airport, westbound 70 after West Street crashed, blocking the right lane, causing a slowdown. No delay at the moment. Important again, if you're going to the airport here this morning. Hancock County, eastbound 70 stopped before Fortville Pike out to State Road 9. Traffic sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Tired of feeling alone in your job search? With just one connection, you can find endless job opportunities. That connection is Express Employment Professionals. Visit ExpressPros.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
So we have got a lot of rain. We've got a very already busy traffic morning. Make sure you're following Matt and Traffic on the Twitter X for updates, and we will have everything for you on the 5s. Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. You weren't kidding about rain this morning. What have we had? What's still coming?
Already over a half an inch of rainfall from the overnight hours. It is still raining right now. Tony, good morning. I think you're going to have to deal with this for the rest of the morning commute. So you're going to need to plan accordingly. And then it's just kind of on and off, scattered showers and storms for the remainder of the day. I think the coverage kind of gradually diminishes as we get later in the afternoon, but can't rule out showers and storms for the evening drive at times. I just don't think it'll be as widespread. Today's high around 78. I do think we quiet down overnight, but watch out for areas of dense fog developing. A low of 66. I think Friday morning, you'll have the fog, but we're dry. You may have to contend with some scattered showers and storms Friday afternoon and Friday night. Friday's high 79. Then Saturday, mainly dry during the day. 77. We'll have some rain chances while you're sleeping Saturday night. Sunday, then partly cloudy skies. We'll have highs near 80.
That's Marcus Bailey right there of Wish TV. We appreciate it, Marcus. We'll stay in touch. 66 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:08. Honestly, the 8:30 p.m. tip, not cool. Not cool at all. It is the only advantage of living on the West Coast. The only Los Angeles advantage that ever really existed for me was that Sunday's game started at 10 a.m. When you were watching football, you could watch the late Sunday game and still get a good night's sleep. So much better. It's ridiculous. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Pacers, Oklahoma City Thunder. That is tonight, 8:30 p.m. That will be on ABC. Do we carry the game? Is it on the fan? Someone find that out for me. I don't know what the difference might be for how we do things. Regular season versus playoffs. So I would just. And certainly a finals. So I gotta find that out. Bring it on. And as for anybody who was in the throngs of people trying to get a swag bag, man, listen, it was just a T-shirt. And for the Pacers, cute idea. When everything's going great, don't make the people you love and the people who love you angry. They told people to line up in their cars on Pennsylvania, and you'll get a swag bag. And so there might still be traffic out there. It was insane yesterday. Matt Bear warned you. He did warn you from the WIBC Traffic Center. He said, this is going to be a freak show. But people are excited. They got in the lines. They got their stuff. They'll wear them at home tonight. Game 1, Pacers, Thunder. There's this dog, this corgi that like some guy throws the dog like a basketball, like a blow-up basketball, whatever, and the dog kind of like nose butts it back, and then it goes into one of two buckets. One says Pacers, one says Thunder, and they've done this with all the playoff games, and the dog's always been right, and the dog picked Pacers in 6. So if that's enough for you to place your bet, you do you. If you've got a betting problem, go seek help. Otherwise, if you want to trust a dog to determine where you put your money, America's great, just fantastic. A lot to get to. Keep it here. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Gary Dick. An industry with a $2 billion economic impact has a new headquarters at 632, brought to you by the proud members of the Indiana Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions who build Indiana. We are LIUNA.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions, Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-557-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
Oh, here we go, baby. Today, the Hammer and Nigel Show live at the casino in Shelbyville. The Caesar Sportsbook inside Horseshoe Casino, Indy. We start at 3 o'clock. Get there early and let's go.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Another update is just minutes away.
Storms could be strong or possibly even severe.
Pretty much the whole state.
Heavy rain for the rest of the week.
Hear the news.
Crashed Fall Creek Parkway. 2 Noblesville police officers.
As events happen.
Carmel's infrastructure officer. Unpaid administrative leave. Domestic incident.
We'll happen to be there.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals tomorrow in Oklahoma City.
The greatest opportunity. It's also the greatest challenge.
93 WIBC Mobile News.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what do you know?
Off to a good start in trashy I-70 around downtown, Tony. We see westbound 70 at Sherman Drive. That's a rolled semi-trailer that they're cleaning up right now. It's westbound 70 at Sherman. Everything but the far left lane is blocked right now. This has stopped past Arlington Avenue for a 19-minute delay. There is a big monstrous crane trying to lift the semi-trailer right now, and hopefully that's finished sooner rather than later. Also looking at eastbound 70 at Arlington Avenue, same area on the east side here going the other way. It is a stall on the exit ramp to Emerson. That ramp is open, partially blocked. Let's go to the south end of downtown, west side, westbound 70 crash after West Street, right lane closed. We are slow back to Meridian, Illinois now. We have a crash going eastbound 70 after west downtown, and this is going to be on the outside shoulder, causing a slowdown of about a half a mile. Northbound 65 starting to grind through the construction zone, Raymond Street up to the south split. Traffic sponsored by Speedway. Stop at Speedway and grab any size big gulp for just 89 cents with Speedy Rewards. Summer is calling. Valid through 6/24/25. See app for full terms. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
66 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:16.
Well, I love a rainy night. I love a rainy night. I love to hear the thunder, watch the lightning when it lights up the sky.
I'll get into more about this teacher from Indiana, part of the Middlebury Community Schools. If you don't know where Middlebury is, you got to go north from where we are, to the east of Mishawaka, to the left of Shipshewana. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I think I finally figured it out. I'm Tony Katz, pronounced that right too, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Who was photographed in front of the White House on a school trip with a T-shirt that read 8647. Oh, this is a thing now. From James Comey to your middle school teacher. This is a thing. You understand, 8647 is what James Comey decides to write in seashells because he's a beta. And it was seen as this guy wants to do harm to President Trump. 8647. When you 86 something, you get rid of it. 47 being the 47th president of the United States. That's what it was. James Comey can lie about it all he wants, but again, he's a child. He's a weak-minded child. Always has been, very clearly. Always will be, I assume. It was taken as a threat to the president to gin people up to that. I can understand that. In a normal world, I'd be like, okay, he just wants to get rid of Trump, wants to get him out of office. This isn't that world. You got to live by the rules you created. The teacher putting this T-shirt on knew what she was doing. This got mentioned and brought up by the Libs of TikTok account. And Middlebury Community Schools has now put an end to their Twitter feed. They literally deleted their entire feed. They've got a statement out about signage and political activism. So there's a whole bunch of stuff, including members of the Democratic Party at events where they're holding up signs that say 8647. So I'll have more on what happened with this teacher, how things are being responded to, what the school district said. I'll have that coming up at 7:06. Meanwhile, there is a judge who took a look at the family here illegally of the Egyptian national in Boulder, Colorado. That number is now up to 15 people who were harmed by this Hamas supporter, terrorist himself, who set people on fire with Molotov cocktails and a makeshift flamethrower, screaming about Zionists and screaming Free Palestine. Full disclosure, I am a Zionist. I apologize for nothing. Well, the family was taken into custody. You're here illegally. You're being deported. A judge has said, we don't do that. You can't do that. We're not going to have the attack on his family. They're here illegally. That's based on all reporting. That seems to be the case. And the question is, at what moment does Donald Trump say, I'm not listening to these activist judges anymore who are out of their mind? The judge said, this is the act of a dictator. It's not the act of a dictator. The dictator would have thrown people out or killed them just because they woke up in the morning and they didn't enjoy the quality crunch of their cereal. The dictator doesn't wait for that person to have a family member, their father, who they may or may not have known was involved and planning this and maybe planning their own things, try to murder 15 people and then say, okay, you have to go. The dictator doesn't do that. The rational mind does that. I don't care if he's a judge or not. Child. Absolute child. In this situation. Deportation without process could work irreparable harm. Ask the 15 Jews that got attacked. By the way, I don't even know if they're all Jewish. Ask the 15 Americans who got attacked. You know what? I don't even know if they were all American citizens. Ask the 15 human beings whether or not harm was done to them. There you go. How's that? Is that better? Make it even more general? Still doesn't change reality. It doesn't change the danger that these judges are. It doesn't change the ridiculousness of their policies. Their concept of due process is just all sorts of askew. You're here illegally. Game over. And if you're going to tell me I can't deport them, dear Lord, they're not going back home. It might take a couple years of investigation to find out whether or not they knew about the plot. They certainly should not get any better treatment than J6ers. I'm just waiting for the left's response to that. I just don't think that's ever going to really come. And then there is the United States vetoing a UN Security Council resolution that said we demand an immediate Gaza ceasefire. There's a real question about how Trump should handle these judges, these activists. At what moment should Trump say, I'm not doing this anymore? You people are trying to run the executive branch, and the answer is no. And there's a conversation to be had there. I don't know where the conversation is regarding staying in the UN. This is over. The UN is done. This organization doesn't work. It goes back to all of our conversations regarding Department of Education or USAID, a host of things. Does the institution exist for the sake of creating a better life for the citizenry, or does it exist for the sake of its own existence? Is the UN making life better for the United States, really for the globe? The answer is no. The UN supports terrorists. The UN supports despots. The UN supports progressivism, globalism. It supports the evil. It does what it does. What are we doing? We tried something. It doesn't work. Try something else. We don't have to do this anymore. We don't have to be a part of this anymore. We don't have to play the game. There are nations out there that simply aren't up to our level. They're not decent enough. Why in the world are we pretending that they're the same as us? Well, Tony, that's very elitist. Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right. Because when you're a nation that doesn't think that terrorism should win, and then there's another nation that thinks terrorism is just fine, we're better. The nation that doesn't believe in terrorism is better, and that's it. And the support of Hamas, whether it comes from the Washington Post and their ridiculous headlines, or whether it comes from the UN, In both cases, it's wrong. We should do it again. Get rid of the United Nations, expel everybody, take that building in New York, turn it into condos. Then we can say, let's not be based in New York. Let's be based somewhere else where the office space is a little more affordable. And then let's gather 30 countries, normal people. And we'll start there. Who said you couldn't start again? The institution itself is rotten. It has failed. And in all of our lives, all of us, when we're doing something, it's not working, we change what we do. When we have a friend who just isn't a friend and just brings us down, it's always a hassle, and they are always trying to just steal your soul. You got to go. You're bad for us. We deserve better. You move on. That's what we should be doing. The UN is a valueless proposition that actively supports terrorists and terrorist sympathizers. We can do better. Matt Bear has got traffic. A busy day this morning. What's going on, Matt?
Tony, out in Hancock County, we look at eastbound 70, and that is stopped right now for several miles as you approach that State Road 9 Greenfield exit. Look at the camera here around County Road 200 West, and just not moving right now. More to come at 6:35 here from WIBC Traffic. East side I-70 having a day. Westbound 70 at Emerson Avenue. That's a rolled semi-trailer they're trying to lift out right now with a huge, large crane, and most of the interstate is blocked. The left lane is open, and we are getting by carefully right now. That backs us up to Shadeland Avenue for delay of, it's going to be about 18 minutes right now. Also looking at eastbound 70 on the south end of downtown. That's a crash at west on the outside shoulder, slowing us down a bit. Construction zone on northbound 65 approaching the south split that has slow traffic. Back to South Keystone Avenue. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust a local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with Traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
Weatherman says he can't predict hurricanes because of federal budget cuts.
Join us Thursday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Championship basketball is about teamwork and strategy. And championship investing is about the exact same thing, okay? Matt Bear here. Good morning for Trajan Wealth. Teamwork, as in getting to know and learning about their customer and strategy, as in smart money management and understanding the long game. That's Trajan Wealth, your fiduciary advisors standing by, ready to join your team and strategize with you on long and short-term investment strategies. Call today. Set your first appointment. It's free, 317-480-4040, or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan Wealth gets to know you, then helps you into a customized financial portfolio that's designed to match your dreams and timeline. Planning for a summer vacation sometime in the future, Trajan can help you with all of your goals when it comes to money management. Learn more about these strategies by calling Trajan Wealth at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first appointment is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Here's a real-life story that affects 50% of all of us out there. It's called divorce. If you've gotten divorced and now you're struggling to pay your bills and your credit card debts are completely out of control, you need to call this special debt relief hotline right now. We help people with all kinds of money problems caused by different life challenges, a divorce, a job loss, even heavy medical bills. All these life events can sometimes financially stress you out and cause you to get out of control. We help people get their lives back by showing them ways to consolidate and reduce their debt, in some cases for a fraction of what they owe. If your credit card balances are more than $10,000, call us and learn how to reduce your credit card bills and monthly payments now. Here's our number.
Paid for by Debt.com. Call now at 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. That's 800-810-1820.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A travel ban is in effect. Rain and 68 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Downtown has picked up 3/4 of an inch of rain since midnight. More is expected throughout the day and at least until 10 o'clock. A high of 76 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30.
The president signed a sweeping order restricting travel to the U.S. for nearly 20 countries. The White House says those countries are high risk for terrorism, visa abuse, and failure to share security information.
That's Fox News reporter Brooke Singman.
So nationals from 12 countries, including Afghanistan, Iran, Somalia, Libya, and Yemen, are banned from coming to the U.S. Individuals from 7 more countries, including Venezuela and Cuba, will all face partial restrictions.
And Democrats are accusing President Trump of racism. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says NATO members will agree to President Trump's demand to spend more money on their militaries.
At NATO HQ in Brussels, Belgium, the expectation is that Europe and Canada will start catching up with the United States.
To be an alliance, you got to be more than flags. You got to be formations. You got to be more than conferences. You need to be combat-ready capabilities.
And that, says Secretary Pete Hegseth, means each NATO member spending 5% of its wealth on defense.
And that's Fox's Jonathan Savage reporting. And it's about that time of year when your two teams are in the NBA Finals, like the Indiana Pacers and Oklahoma City Thunder are, and their respective leaders of the states are making wagers. Indiana's Governor Mike Braun.
I'm predicting that we're going to win as the underdogs, and if I lose, you're going to get a big package of pork products from the Smoking Goose Meadery. Anxious to see what you're going to do.
And Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt.
The storm is coming. Cannot wait for this series.
And Stitt is wagering some stakes. I'm Ryan Hedrick. On the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com, traffic, weather, and sports. In 3 minutes at 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. After a year of construction, Indiana Golf has teed up a new headquarters in a new location. The 13,000 square foot Pete and Alice Dye Indiana Golf Center includes the Indiana Golf Hall of Fame and practice and training facilities. Indiana Golf Executive Director Mike David says the headquarters moved from Franklin to the Fort Golf Resort at Fort Benjamin Harrison, generating statewide interest.
Just the interest we've had from media, from golfers, from just about everyone throughout the state that has any connection to the game have really taken an interest. And I think being more centrally located than we were before, I think is the key for us.
Ohio-based General Aluminum Manufacturing is planning to close its facility in Huntington. In a notice to the state, the company says the move will result in the layoffs of 62 employees. No word on why the facility is closing. Indiana bankruptcy filings are climbing as consumers and businesses feel the economic pinch from housing costs, credit card debt, and student loans. The U.S. courts announced in May that bankruptcy filings nationally rose 13.1% during the 12-month period ending March 31. You're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
We build Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America are men and women building roads and bridges to get Hoosiers where they're going today and a new energy infrastructure that will keep Indiana competitive tomorrow. LIUNA's over 12,000 statewide members also grow local economies, earning good union wages, shopping where they live and work, and paying taxes. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
Indiana's economy is on the move, and every region has a role to play. Join IBJ Media and Inside Indiana Business for the Innovate Indiana series, presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. We're traveling to 10 regions across the state to spotlight business growth, workforce development, innovation, and Indiana's tech hubs. Don't miss this front row look at Indiana's future and the growth opportunities in your region. Find out when we'll be in your area at ibj.com/innovate. Indiana University Health said this week its $4.3 billion downtown Indianapolis hospital complex is on budget and schedule as it approaches the halfway mark in construction. Ground was broken for the massive project just over 2 years ago, and the yet-to-be-named hospital is expected to open in late 2027. The 44-acre campus will include 1 million square feet dedicated to inpatient care. A collaboration between Vincennes University and 3M is providing $178,000 toward the purchase of state-of-the-art equipment at the Area 31 Career Center in Indianapolis to better train students for careers in manufacturing, automation, and engineering. The Area 31 Career Center is located at Ben Davis High School and serves 11 school districts. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
All right, just hammering this out here, Gary. We are looking at eastbound 70 going from Indianapolis to State Road 9. And here's what we have courtesy of Hancock County 911. It is a multiple vehicle crash, multiple semis involved going eastbound 70 before State Road 9. This caused an awful backup, not even moving at all back to County Road 200 west. Delay stretches further. Again, this is eastbound 70 between Mount Comfort and State Road 9. Delay is a monster right now. It's not even calculating because we are not moving. Use US 40 instead to go from Indianapolis to Greenfield here this morning. Checking out the east side, this is westbound 70 at Sherman Drive. A cleanup continues on a rolled semi-trailer with most of the interstate blocked. The left lane is open. That's it. Traffic is jammed back to Shadeland Drive for a delay time of 23 minutes. Now, checking out northbound 65 coming out of the south side. Slow traffic, pockets of it from Edgewood Avenue into the south split because of road construction. And eastbound 70 at West Street downtown, that's a crash on the outside shoulder. No delay at the moment. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust local, trust employee owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
We've got that rain still coming. 67 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:37. A check on sports. Ryan Hedrick, what do we know?
Tony, good morning. Hopefully the Indiana Pacers can make it rain in a different way in Oklahoma City. It is game one of the NBA Finals. And yes, let's say it all together. The Pacers understand that they are the underdogs.
I feel like that's been the norm for us throughout the playoffs, and that's okay. We're not really worried about the external noise. We know what we have to do to win, and we have to do it together.
And that's guard TJ McConnell. Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle says criticism about small market teams is weak, and it doesn't really have anything to do with this series.
I know that we're going to do our very best to represent our city, our state, at the best possible level. Thunder will do the same. This really, hopefully, is about the quality of the games, and we got our work cut out for us.
And tonight's game starts at 8:30. Coverage over on 107.5. The Fan starts at 8. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
At the IHSAA, we love when student athletes understand the real purpose of playing high school sports, like McKenna Cruz from Greenwood Community High School.
I love competing for my high school, but I don't play for accolades, records, or to earn college scholarships. For me, it's about more than winning, playing time, or trophies. I play high school sports because they help me grow alongside my friends, develop character and integrity, and learn life lessons I'll carry with me forever. Soccer reminds me of the power of teamwork and how we can help each other succeed. Track teaches me to focus on the things I can control and not worry about outside noise. High school sports show me the value of discipline, grit, and representing my community with dignity. They prepare me for life, and that's why I play.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support student athletes like McKenna by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is being a champion of high school sports. This is empowering student athletes. This is your IHSAA.
Trust employee owned. B Windows extending our employee discount to you, up to 55% off, plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. Trust your home to B. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
bring you the most amazing story you will have ever heard in the history of ever. Ladies and gentlemen, food is good. Oh, I know. You have been shocked into silence. That is perfectly understandable. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Here's the headline. Low-calorie diets linked to heightened risk of depressive symptoms. People ask me why I'm so happy. Maybe it's because my belly's full. Maybe it's too full, Tony. Well, you just shut up. Don't call me fat. That's rude. When you don't eat, you're not happy. When you eat, you at least have the opportunity to be happy. Isn't that right, strange, weird person singing this song?
Cooking a steak, wouldn't it be great? You could be my mate, cooking a steak. For goodness sake, will you please be my mate and come and cook a steak? Steak.
Ah, yes. Steak sounds delicious. Sometimes it is an odd wonder how stories get written or why things need to be studied. Everybody knows the answer here. Following a low-calorie diet is linked to a heightened risk of depressive symptoms. Men and those who are overweight may be especially vulnerable to the effects of restrictive eating. The problem is that when you have a website, you have to fill it with stuff. And if you're not using AI or OnlyFans, you may have to fill it with a bunch of nonsense, which would lead you back to AI and OnlyFans, I guess. Food is good. Food will make you happy. If you're on a diet, you might be grumpy and cranky. This just in, the science is settled. Sometimes you got to wonder what it takes to write an article these days. Because this took nothing. You knew this because you have a dad. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
The NBA playoffs are about to begin. Gives to Turner. Step back three. Left edge. Dagger. Halliburton scored the game-winning field goal. Unbelievable. In Cleveland, Game 1, Eastern Conference semifinals. Halliburton gently scoops it off the glass. Eastern Conference championship all the way to the goal. He lobbed it to the rim.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Pacers, OKC. Tonight starting at 8 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
When you golf in Missouri, the courses are so close, you'll spend more time on the fairway than the freeway. After the back nine, enjoy world-class dining and distilleries, shops, spas, museums, and more. Find your new golf MO at visitmo.com.
Hello, my name is Nate Clancy. I'm with Labor's Local 120. I've been with Labor's Local 120 for over 40 years now.
For members of Labor's International Union of North America, giving back is part of their commitment to the Indy community, like helping the Soapbox Derby.
We painted the bridge. The Wilkershaw Bridge is an iconic bridge for the Soapbox Derby. It's been there forever. It was, needing work.
When Indy or surrounding communities need help, LIUNA steps up.
Members that went over there, we seen that it was needing work, power washed, done the painting, just anything that was needed, and it looks amazing now.
This is Chris Brickey, business manager of Labor's Local 120. While all our members are skilled, highly trained men and women, we are also your friends, neighbors, Little League coaches, and volunteers here in Indy.
Here at the local, I like volunteering in the community. Just every little bit helps. I really got a real joy in doing that.
We build Indy for good jobs and stronger communities. We are LIUNA Local 120.
Hammer and Nigel here for Window Nation. Summer's here, so are the rising temperatures. Before you know it, you're going to be wondering what else you can do to keep cool during these hot days of summer. Beat the heat and keep the AC in your home with Window Nation's energy-efficient vinyl windows. Buy 4 windows, get 4 windows for free during their big, awesome semi-annual sale, and a free entry door when you purchase a house of windows. Plus, no money down, no interest, no monthly payments until 2027. Get this deal, lock it in right now, but you have to say Hammer and Nigel sent you. You don't get the deal unless you say Hammer and Nigel sent you. The big semi-annual sale from Window Nation. Buy 4 windows, get 4 windows for free, a free entry door when you purchase a house of windows. You don't pay anything until 2027. Schedule that free estimate right now at 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, a very, very busy morning. Lots of updates. What's going on?
All right, Tony, we're going to start on the east side heading towards the north. Split Indiana's second most traveled interchange, and this is westbound 70. Crash at Sherman Drive, and it's blocking the right lane, stopping traffic back to 465 for a delay of 52 minutes. Consider using Washington Street instead. Again, this is a rural semi westbound 70 Sherman Drive. Only one lane open, and that is the far left lane. Hancock County. Mercy. Looking at eastbound 70 right now and crash before State Road 9. Multiple semis involved in this. And right now the right lane is blocked. It's caused a hell of a delay right now. Traffic is not moving if you're around County Road 200 West in that area. Definitely thinking about getting off at Mount Comfort Road, exit 96, and picking up US 40 from there. Otherwise, you will be stopped, and I mean completely stopped, in traffic on eastbound 70 approaching State Road 9. Northbound 65 slow through the construction 465 up to the south split. And then eastbound 70 at West Street, that's a crash on the outside shoulder. No delay, but there is a slowdown. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Matt's going to have more updates throughout the morning, as it is a busy morning, as you just heard. 67 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:46.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
At Price Point Comfort, we're here to keep your home cozy and comfortable, and we'll always have your best interest at heart.
Just go to PricePointComfort.com. Price Point Comfort is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's JMV, and June sales are here at Miss M's Home and Garden. 20% off all annuals, 30% off all pottery, and 20% off patio furniture. State Road 135 in Bargersville.
Big stories locally, big moves in Washington. WIBC.com keeps you updated throughout the day with all the news that matters, plus traffic, weather, and more on your phone, your laptop, wherever you are. It's news when you need it.
Story out of WTHR talks about the future of the death penalty. Governor Braun discussing the future of capital punishment. We have had 2 executions that have taken place here. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Always great to be here. This is a good gig. You should try it one day. The issue here is that the drug itself that's utilized in these executions lasts for 90 days, as is reported. And the drug has a very, very, very high cost. And so the question is, as Braun says it, something that costs, I think, $300,000 a pop that has a 90-day shelf life, I'm not going to be for putting that on the shelf and then letting them expire. So we're going to stop doing the death penalty or stop having the death penalty because of the cost. Because of the financial cost, not the cost of saying we're taking a life. I got to admit, that hits the ear all sorts of wrong. I can appreciate that people want the death penalty, and I can appreciate moments where it is absolutely warranted. What I have come to is there are so many situations where the proper testing isn't done on a DNA level, on a scientific level. We have seen what happens when you have overzealous, when I say overzealous, low-life prosecutors or others that don't share all information. Information gets hidden. If we're going to kill somebody, we don't have a chance to make things right. We don't have the chance. And I have found myself being more in favor of not favoring the death penalty over the years. I have got a real philosophical issue with this concept. And it would be on a baseline of, what if you're wrong? What if new evidence can come to light? What if the proper testing wasn't done? But when I see the inappropriateness that at times exists, not always exists, of people who are desperate for the conviction no matter what, they're guilty of something. We just had to do this. No, we didn't want to share that. That would have made the job more difficult. See, I want to execute those people. If that's the trade-off, maybe. But that's an interesting argument. We would have the death penalty, but it just costs too much. Honestly, I don't know how people take that. I don't know if they see that as a rational point of view, or what's the cost on the life they took? What is the cost on justice as others may see it? The story was at WTHR. Very, very interesting. And then we have Newark Airport. A ground stop was put into effect. Then it was a ground delay. This time, not because of technology. A staffing problem. We don't have the people. This seems very, very clear and very obvious. We don't have the people. And we have not brought the people in. We have not put them through the system. We have not given them the training. This goes back to Buttigieg. We could argue it goes back further. Were we hiring people based on skill set, or were we hiring people based on attributes and characteristics that have nothing to do with skill? Or were we hiring on skill, but only if you have these certain attributes? So we limited the pool of people who could keep the planes in the skies. Every time you get rid of DEI, an angel gets its wings. It's so good and so important to get rid of all diversity, equity, and inclusion measures, because they are all bigoted. They do nothing but create hate, and they leave us in a tremendous amount of problems. If you say we're going to hire air traffic controllers, but we're only going to hire black air traffic controllers, first of all, you're a bigot. Secondly, you're criminally insane. Third, you really do want people to get hurt. And most importantly, the first three things I said, I didn't actually have a fourth one in that. It was like what's his name? Rick Perry with the whole energy secretary, former energy secretary. Couldn't remember the third thing. Couldn't remember the fourth thing because there wasn't a fourth thing. The three was enough. These problems continue. The problem is massive. It's not going to go away anytime soon. And it is a great example of what happens when you engage bigoted policies. No one has ever cared if their air traffic controller was white or black. They cared whether or not the air traffic controller actually believed in the safety of the people on the plane, right? There could be ideological conversations about you that you care about. Not color of skin conversations. It's never come up. Never once. Never. I can't tell you if I've ever flown with a black pilot or a Hispanic pilot or a woman pilot. I don't know. I can tell you the only thing I cared about is that they were trained to be a pilot and they were good at what they do and they understood the proper procedures for landing. It's the only thing people care about. So this problem at Newark continues. And I went through the numbers the other day where travel is up. I'm kind of amazed that people aren't concerned about flying. They're just willing to go. They're not concerned about it in the slightest. This is the way to do it. Get on there. The prices go up, keep going. Problems at Newark, doesn't matter. But when this grows out of Newark and into Indy, we'll see how people feel. I only hope it never does. Flying out soon, don't need any problems. Matt Bear has got traffic. What's up, Matt?
Looking at the east side, it's westbound 70 as Sherman Drive rolled semi-trailer cleanup continues. And now that the sun's coming up, overcast, we're still looking at this guardrail that's going to need to be replaced. Also, a large wrecker out on the scene. Traffic is stopped back to Shadeland Avenue. Only one lane of traffic getting through. That's the far left. Eastbound 70 in Hancock County. A mass crash before State Road 93. Semis involved and we are stopped. Back to County Road 200 West. Use US 40 instead. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months no interest or payments. Trust a local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. Matt Bear at WIBC Traffic.
Have you ever checked your Social Security statement to see how much money you'll get in retirement? Guess what? This number could be a lot less or a lot more than the number on your statement. It's Hammer and Nigel, and you could discover how you could get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy. We trust Bill, and you can too.
So if you have saved more than $200,000 but have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery. 317-648-5120. This free analysis takes the guesswork out of filing for your benefits, and most importantly, it could help you get every penny that's rightfully yours. Free analysis. Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 317-516-6861 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. 317-516-6861 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 317-516-6861 for fast, easy, affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinics treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 317-516-6861.
Citizens, since we each upgraded to Xfinity in our homes, the Wi-Fi has been booming. It's fair to say our town has officially become a boomtown.
Mayor, will I be able to drop into multiplayer gaming battles with low lag?
The lag won't be an issue, but your questionable skills may be.
And what if I have hundreds of devices on the Wi-Fi? Purely hypothetical.
Seems like a lot, but sure, hundreds of devices all booming together with the Xfinity Gateway. Yes, friends and neighbors, with Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
The Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Now get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best-in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed. All in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract. All with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with XFi Complete required for unlimited data except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
Hey, it's Mike Rowe, and if you want to do business with a company that actually stands for something, switch to Pure Talk. I did. Sure, I appreciate being on America's most dependable 5G network with unlimited talk and text for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is Pure Talk's commitment to our military and to our skilled workforce. That matters to me. Save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Hi, this is Malia with Family Heating and Air, and as a mom myself, I know it's really important to keep the kiddos healthy. Air quality, humidity, those are super big issues on my concern list. If you share any of these concerns, give Family a call, 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, rain, slick roads, and lots of wrecks. That's what's happening in Indianapolis this morning. Jarrett Lewis has a response from Indiana's Attorney General to DEI on the campus of Butler and DePaul. And John Herrick with a preview of Game 1 of the NBA Finals after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis at 7 o'clock.
He's done it again. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump issuing another travel ban with a bigger list of countries than the one from his first term.
Nothing will stop us from keeping America safe.
The White House says those countries are high risk for terrorism, visa abuse, and failure to share security information. So nationals from 12 countries, including Afghanistan, Iran, Somalia, Libya, and Yemen, are banned from coming to the U.S. Individuals from 7 more countries, including Venezuela and Cuba, will all face partial restrictions.
That's Fox's Brooks Sigmund. Many House Democrats have reacted, some calling the ban cruel or racist, discriminatory, and un-American. As President Trump also ramps up illegal immigration raids and deportations, the administration has brought back a Guatemalan man that had been removed after a federal judge ruled he must be returned because his legal rights were violated, not challenging the removal. Now, Fox's Jill Nato on another ruling from another judge.
U.S. District Court Judge James Boasberg says the 137 migrants who were sent to the terrorism confinement center in El Salvador never had a chance to contest their deportations. So he's ordered the Trump administration to work towards allowing them to do that.
Now, the administration's been fighting their return. The president invoked a rare 18th century Alien Enemies Act to deport the alleged gang members. Yet another federal judge has blocked the deportation of Mohammed Solomon's wife and 5 children. He's the suspect in the Boulder, Colorado terror attack. Will appear in court again today, this time to face state charges, including attempted murder.
Hate, anti-Semitism, terrorism, and violence have no place in Colorado and no place in the United States of America.
Governor Jared Polis at a gathering in Boulder. 15 people were injured when their demonstration supporting the hostages in Gaza was firebombed. Israel has recovered the bodies of 2 more hostages in an operation in Gaza. Both have dual Israeli-American citizenship. Gad Haggai and his wife, Yuli, were both killed in the October 2023 terror attack. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
Slick roads and lots of wrecks. Rain and 68 degrees on Monument Circle. We're going up to 76 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02.
Wet roads, your brakes have to work harder in that situation. So when you have wet roads, you're going at a fast speed, you brake quickly, you end up hydroplaning, and it can create those problems.
That's forecaster Mike Ryan at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis.
A lot of the rain that's falling right now should move off to the east and see coverage decrease. Showers, maybe a few thunderstorms become more scattered as we head towards late morning into midday. And then get a little bit of heating this afternoon.
And then he says rain will show back up at around 2 or 3 this afternoon.
Cannot rule out a couple of storms producing damaging winds, especially in the southern part of central Indiana. But I think the heavy rain is going to be the greater concern, certainly be localized.
And Matt Baer is keeping an eye on several crashes for you this morning, and he'll have more coming up in the WIBC Traffic Center in a couple of minutes. 2 people shot last night on Indy's north side near 38th and Meridian. Cops were called to that area. They found somebody in a car who had been shot up. Another person was grazed by a bullet, and they're looking for 2 cars that may have been involved in the shooting. And they're asking you if you were in the area about 8:45 and heard or saw anything to call IMPD. With the Indiana Pacers squaring off against the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight, they'll be doing so as underdogs.
But if you ask them, that's a role they don't mind. I'm John Herrick. At Media Day on Wednesday, Pacer guard T.J. McConnell said,
I feel like that's been the norm for us throughout the playoffs, and that's okay. We're not really worried about the external noise. We know what we have to do to win, and we have to do it together. Anything outside of that, we're not concerning ourselves with.
The Thunder hold the edge in nearly every statistical category except for assists per game, which is held by the Pacers. McConnell averages 4 of those per contest. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You're paying an average of $3.05 for gas across Indianapolis this morning, says Gas Buddy. Indiana's Attorney General is going after 2 universities over DEI policy. Jarrett Lewis has that story.
AG Todd Rokita says Butler and DePaul universities are violating their nonprofit tax-exempt status by keeping DEI policies alive. In letters sent by Rokita to both schools, he said they may be in violation of federal and state civil rights laws. He's requested each school to get back to him by June 27th with information on how they go through their admissions and hiring practices. Based on the response, Rokita said further action could be taken against the universities. Purdue and Indiana both recently announced they were ending DEI initiatives on their campuses. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
It's happening, Ryan. A little natural light out so we can see this rolled semi westbound 70 at Sherman Drive as you approach downtown. And right now, 2 right lanes are blocked for the cleanup. This is a mess. It is going to take a minute to clean up. We have cranes out there. It looks like a front loader and a guardrail that has been virtually destroyed. Traffic is stopped back to 465 for a delay of 60 minutes. That's putting me on Washington Street instead. Eastbound 70 from Indianapolis to Greenfield. All lanes are closed because of a crash involving 3 semis. This is eastbound 70 between Mount Comfort Road and State Road 9. The road closure puts us in a rerouting situation where we exit at Mount Comfort Road, exit 96, go south to 40, and you can get to 9, and that'll put you back on eastbound 70. All that at WIBC traffic. Check it out. Also downtown on the south end, it's eastbound 70 at Meridian, Illinois. This is a stall blocking the right lane, causing a slowdown. Construction zone slowing us down as well. This is northbound 65, stop and go traffic before South Keystone Avenue up to the south split. That's a construction zone. Crash south side. This is serious. A rolled pickup truck at East Street north of 465 reported at Stover Avenue and as an injury crash with entrapment. A pickup truck had rolled. It's on its side right now. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Matt will have much, much more as it's been a very busy morning, and that can continue. Make sure you're following 93 WIBC on the Twitter X. Matt in Traffic on the Twitter X box as well. He'll be back in just a few with an update right now. Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. The rain, when does it end? Is it coming back? What's our story?
Yeah, so we are going to see some scattered showers out there this morning, moderate to heavy at times. I think that'll come to an end. And at any point in time today, we're going to look for the chance for some showers and thunderstorms, but they'll turn more scattered in nature into the afternoon. An isolated thunderstorm could create some gusty winds, especially later this afternoon. We'll get up to 78 degrees. Mainly cloudy skies tonight. Heads up, areas of fog may develop later tonight into tomorrow morning. That could be an issue for tomorrow morning rush hour. So heads up there. Mainly cloudy skies on Friday, scattered showers, a few thunderstorms, highs near 79. And some dry time this weekend, but chances of storms possible Saturday night, also Sunday night with highs in the upper 70s.
Can I ask you a weird question?
What's that?
Cut the music for a second there, Producer
boy.
Carl. Maybe you have an answer. No. This is a weird one. I have for the last 2 days.
Yeah.
I have been tremendously at ease. Ridiculously at ease. Now, mostly I live that way. But never like this. And I started yesterday, I'm minding my own business. I had a busy day yesterday, a lot of work. I get done, I'm having a cigar, the 2021 God of Fire Carlito. It's an excellent smoke. I'm very impressed. Not the story there, Tara Hastings. Please stay on track.
Yes, okay. Yep.
And I'm like, I'm outraged. I'm calm. Like, everything is easy. And I started wondering, I'm at ease. And I started wondering, is this the calm before the storm? Does anybody else feel like somehow everything's about to go completely nuts? Like the news, there's a ton of news stories, everything else. I'm talking about a very personal level. Is anybody else feeling this? Have you ever felt like so at ease? It's like, wait a second, what am I missing? Something, the shoe will drop and it's going to drop on my head.
I have felt that before, yes. But I feel like personally, the last probably 6 weeks has been one thing after another that have just been thrown at me. So I am so happy that you feel that ease. I do not feel that at all.
Well, what has been thrown at you? How can we help?
I don't know.
Wait, you don't have to tell us. You don't have to tell us, but you can tell us if you want to tell us.
I don't know. I don't know if I need disinfectant throughout my house. I just feel like random sicknesses just keep getting one person after another.
Do you want us to send someone over to your house to smudge your house? We'll do it. I will find a midwife or a shaman. They will smudge your house.
Yes, yeah.
All right, if
what do they do?
this,
Smoke it? Do they smoke it and get all the bad juju out, or what? I mean, I don't know what do they do.
First of all, I appreciate using the technical term. That's exactly what they do. It's exactly what they do. You know what? I gotta go. I gotta do the show. I'm going to get you. I will find you. Someone tell me where I order a smudge kit. I'm getting it to her. And Tara Hastings is gonna have no more bad juju in the house.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right? She's only gonna have one good juju, and that's me when she invites me over for a brisket.
Oh yes.
That wasn't bad. That was a juju joke, everybody. Try and get that on Bob and Tom. That's not happening.
Oh, jeez.
Felt good. I would say try and get that on NPR, but nothing's happening on NPR. Oh, nope. Man, we're just brutal today. Tara Hastings, I got to go.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you later. Tara Hastings from Wish TV. 67 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time right now is 7:11. 8647. This teacher at a Middlebury Community Schools wears a T-shirt on a school trip, and she's there, I think, with students in front of the White House with a T-shirt that reads 8647. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. That's what James Comey wrote. That's a call to execute the president. No, it's a call. We don't like the president. Left created the rules. This is what it is. Teacher wears the shirt. Middlebury Community Schools puts out a statement. Policies are policies that require teachers to refrain from using their position to promote partisan political views. The prohibition applies to all teachers regardless of their political leanings and to every partisan political message regardless of its content. This shirt and this teacher got put up by libs of TikTok. Casey Hendrickson, who is up in that area, radio host at South Bend, has been covering the story pretty well. Middlebury Community Schools deleted their Twitter account, puts out a statement. We're going to follow what happens here. And to teachers, no, you don't get to say anything you want. You don't. And if you can't handle that, I would advise you get into radio, where you also can't say everything you want. If you want to say everything you want, start a blog. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Hey, it's Mike Rowe, and if you want to do business with a company that actually stands for something, switch to Pure Talk. I did. Sure, I appreciate being on America's most dependable 5G network with unlimited talk and text for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is Pure Talk's commitment to our military and to our skilled workforce. That matters to me. Save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
Hi, Jeff Roush for Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators, up to $8,000 off select 2024 Nautilus, or up to $7,000 off select 2024 Corsair at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP $105,575, Nautilus MSRP $61,995, Corsair MSRP $47,820. Offers going on now. Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling. Owner James Swindle says competitors focused on revenue typically fail.
I've been doing this 31 years in Indianapolis, and I've worked for other companies, and one day we're how many customers did we take care of, and then the new owners come in, and it's how much revenue did we produce today. As soon as the talking point changes, the customers see the difference, they feel the difference, and they know the difference. We're not that. Our focus is always take care of the customer.
See the difference by going to PricePointComfort.com. Price Point Comfort is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Traffic on the 5s, Matt Bear. What is the latest?
The latest is eastbound 70 in Hancock County is closed, Tony, because of a crash involving 3 semis. Closures between Mount Comfort Road and State Road 9. So that is the exit. Work cut out for us. Exit at 96. That's Mount Comfort Road goes south. And pick up US 42 reroute again. Eastbound 70 closed between Mount Comfort Road and State Road 9 because of a crash involving multiple semis. Let's look at the other direction. Westbound 70 on the east side crash at Sherman Drive. That has 2 right lanes closed. This was a rolled semi-trailer from way earlier this morning, and it looks like the trailer's upright, but man, this cleanup is awful. We have damage to the guardrail, people off in the ditch, and just a ton of debris on the right side of the interstate, the part that's closed. Left 2 lanes are moving slowly. Traffic backed up to 465 for a delay time of 49 minutes. Now northbound 65 out the south side. Pockets of slow from Southport Road up to the south split because of road construction. We have a crash on the south side that's serious. It's a rolled pickup truck on East Street just north of 465 at Stover Avenue. A report of injury. It sounds like everybody's out of the vehicle, and that's a good thing. Traffic sponsored by Payday, packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel. Payday is one hardworking candy bar, so grab one down to power you through the day. Payday peanut caramel bar. Get to it. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
The rain is still happening. Keep an eye on that. Could be coming back any moment now. Be aware. 67 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:16. The Popcorn Moment brought to you by Booher, B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com. These are the people to speak to about anything that's happening inside your 4 walls. That's what they do. They're not going to add on to your house. They're going to make what's inside your house better. Your kitchen, your bathroom, take that basement and turn it into something you actually want, a place you want your family to utilize, to live and enjoy. That's what Booher Remodeling does. For over 2 decades, they've been taking care of Central Indiana. They've done work for me, and the work is fantastic. When people ask, I'm like, here, this is what they did. This is quite a few years later now, and everything still looks perfect, still up to date, still just really increasing the value of the home. And it's a great, great space. They can do the same for you, especially with those kitchens that you can actually utilize, get rid of that outdated look, make the space actually work for you. It's increasing the value of your home when you sell it, no question, but it's about increasing the value of your life, your enjoyment, because you're not moving. You're staying right in that home. You might as well enjoy it and have it work for you. Their 5-step design process makes it so incredibly easy. Talk to Booher today. I mean, right now. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Booher Remodeling. 852-5546 or online at Booher. B-O-O-H-E-R. BooherRemodeling.com. The Popcorn Moment. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And because it is game 1, it is the story you have to hear to believe, then grab your popcorn because there is more. That's the Popcorn Moment. We go to our official sports guy. That is JMV, the voice of sports in Indiana, 93.5, 107.5, The Fan. That's where you'll be able to hear the game tonight, starting at 8 p.m., game 1. The Pacers are there. I had to get a little bit rerouted because of storms going through Norman, Oklahoma. They land. They're set. They're good. Game 1 tonight. Preview this game for us, JMV.
It's going to be fantastic because you got 2 teams that do a lot of things that honestly people love to watch in team basketball. but they do a lot of similar things to have success, Tony. Offensively, push the pace, no doubt about that. They have a lot of depth, a lot of talent in that depth that they go to. Both coaches go to it often, as we know with the Pacers. And defensively, that's where there may be a difference. Oklahoma City is as good as you're going to find across the NBA landscape defensively. The Pacers are improving, but not at that level just yet. OKC has been dominant this season, has been really good in the postseason, and the Pacers are going to have a tall task in front of them. But what is new, because their march through the East had some similar blueprints on paths to the way that they got there. So game one tonight should be really rotten with incredible storylines to start the series, Tony.
Let's start with superstar names. You know, when it comes to the Pacers, we know Halliburton, we know Siakam, the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals. We know Miles Turner. What are the names we should be looking at? People should be paying attention to from the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Well, I mean, it starts with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the MVP. Guy gets to the free throw line. If you think Brunson got to the free throw line for the Knicks, it's going to drive you nuts how much this guy gets to the free throw line constantly. Jalen Williams is a swing man. He is he just doesn't people really know his name just yet. The first-time All-Star is really going to be elite-level caliber moving forward. And Chet Holmgren, Tony, is a guy out of Gonzaga, 7-footer, can run the floor, very talented. Pacers didn't see him in the regular season, and in March, both losses for the Pacers. They didn't see Holmgren. Now, in that initial meeting at home, it was closer. Pacers lose by 6, and in fact, the Thunder lost one game on the road this season to the East, and that was to the Cleveland Cavaliers. So it has been an impressive season. Holmgren didn't play against the Pacers. Alex Caruso in that initial meeting didn't play against the Pacers. He's a guy that's been a difference maker for them, too. Defensively, he has taken all comers individually, defensively speaking. So just a lot of power for this Thunder team is the reason why they're so good, because you'll see it later on tonight on display with that depth and that talent.
Talking to JMV, he is the voice of sports in Indiana, 93.5, 107.5. The Fan of the game tonight will be heard there starting at 8 p.m. But we talk about, the 94 feet and how the Pacers run, how the Pacers wear you down. Your argument has been the Pacers absolutely do that, and they do it better than anybody, just maybe not better than Oklahoma City.
Yeah, that's going to be a key, too. Hey, Tony, I'll add to this. They have to play their pace. We have seen that. We've talked about here a multitude of times, but their star is going to have to combine what he does to orchestrate. That's Tyrese Halliburton, but also being able to get off individually, offensively on his own. He's going to have a multitude of defensive players thrown at him. Lou Dort is the best that you can find in the NBA individually, defensively. I mentioned Alex Caruso is another guy. Maybe sometimes you get a little bit of Jalen Williams. That's what maybe it's Chet Holmgren. We'll see, Tony. It's going to be interesting to me to see if the Thunder end up going a little bit smaller. They have done that a couple of different times so far in this postseason out west. That would mean Isaiah Hartenstein, whom the Pacers saw in the Eastern Conference semifinals play for the Knicks a year ago. Maybe he doesn't get as much clock, and they go a little bit smaller. We'll see if Rick Carlisle adjust to that, in what fashion. I would also tell you, I think Obi Toppin off the bench, who has been critical for this team this season, is even more critical going into this finals series because of the depth and, again, because of just how adjustment-wise what the Thunder can do and what maybe the Pacers and Rick Carlisle will have to do to match up.
And this seems like so much of a bench story. Certainly, Halliburton can't have 8-point nights. He has to have 20-point nights in order for the Pacers to be in any way competitive. But this bench for the Pacers has been remarkable, absolutely remarkable. What is the health of the Pacers bench right now? You bring up Obi Toppin. Who are your bench players that need to perform, and is this offensively or defensively?
Well, no, both sides of the basketball. I mentioned this, Tony, as an analogy, all hands on deck with this. I mean, it really is. This is nothing like they've ever seen. Jarris Walker got injured at the end of Game 6 in that Knicks series, so he's going to be out, according to Rick Carlisle, at least the first 2 games, and he was on crutches before they left for OKC a couple of days ago. He didn't look like he was going to be ready to play anytime. Now, with treatment, who knows? Jarris Walker, at least for the first 2 games, will be out. Their backup big, Tony Bradley, we're kind of skeptical whether or not he's going to get a lot of clock in this series. Anyway, he helped them in the last series. He's dinged up a little bit and questionable. So they don't have their full allotment of firepower, but enough dudes to get it done and to compete, absolutely. And we'll see what happens later on tonight, Tony, in Game 1.
Are you making predictions on how many games this goes?
There is zero way you're going to get me to tell you that they're not going to win. So I'm going to say the Pacers in 6. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that. This team is just too good at backing up how they play, even with OKC being that good. So give me the Pacers in 6 and the feel-good story around here, Tony, of a lifetime, baby, of a lifetime.
I am also with you on the Pacers in 6, if only because I want to see 3 home games, and I want the city to be able to benefit from that. What can I say? I'm a multitasker.
You got that, brother.
JMV, right. The voice of sports in Indiana, 93.5, 107.5 The Fan. I appreciate you. The game, that pregame starts tonight, 8 p.m. Over there on The Fan. You can check that out for yourself. Matt Bear with the latest on traffic. It has been a busy morning. What do you got, Matt?
What's happening, Tony? Looking at Hancock County, full closure of eastbound 70, like you're going from Indy to Greenfield. All lanes closed because of a crash involving 3 semis again. It's between Mount Comfort Road and State Road 9. If I'm rerouting, I exit at exit 96, that is the Mount Comfort Road, and then you go southbound and pick up eastbound US 40 from there. That'll get you back to Greenfield, State Road 9, and back to I-70. Now, westbound 70 on the east side, like you're heading to the Indianapolis City Center. Cleanup continues on a rolled semi-trailer. This is at Sherman Drive or before Rural, and right now 2 right lanes are blocked. Man, this semi-trailer did a number on the guardrail. We're going to have to rebuild that, and cleanup continues with lots of debris on that right side, so this is going to take a minute. The 2 left lanes are open right now, moving slowly past the crash site, and this has us backed up, completely stopped to I-465. That's a delay of 32 minutes. I'd use Washington Street instead. Northbound 65 construction zone, so stop and go traffic. South Keystone Avenue to the south split. Crash south side. East Street just north. 465 is Stover Avenue. That's a pickup on its side. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months. No interest or payments. Trust local. Trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Oh, here we go, baby. Today, the Hammer and Nigel Show live at the casino in Shelbyville. The Caesar Sportsbook inside Horseshoe Casino, Indy. We start at 3 o'clock. Get there early and let's go.
Tired of using your Indy summer to paint year after year? Then do what Deanna did. She called Rhino Shield.
I was noticing some cracks and the paint's faded. I was like, okay, I think I should get my house painted. So my neighbor had a Rhino Shield placard in the yard. And after they were finished, I was just, wow. With the warranty and everything, it just seemed silly not to go that route.
The ceramic coating of Rhino Shield is specifically formulated for our climate.
So the Rhino Shield crew came out. Nothing was damaged in the process. I was very happy. They just didn't leave a mess. You couldn't even tell they were there. And the house looked so different. It just looked like a new home.
Backed by a 25-year transferable warranty. And right now, you can have that protection for 10% off the regular price.
Rhino Shield, I think it increases the value and the curb appeal of your home. Definitely worth it.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
911, what's your emergency?
Por favor, necesito ayuda. Está borracho y creo que me va a pegar otra vez.
I will get someone to speak with you. Please stay on the line.
Hola, tenemos ubicación. Ayuda está en camino.
Getting past a language barrier is critical when first responders help Hoosiers. That's why the State 911 Board provides special tools for non-English speaking citizens to communicate with emergency services.
Si estás en peligro, aunque no hables inglés, podrás recibir ayuda en una emergencia rápidamente.
All Indiana 911 centers began offering translation services in over 240 languages in 2019. Now, people can send text messages for help in their native language to 911 and receive a translated text back from the dispatcher. It's of great help to the deaf and speech impaired and to those in select dangerous situations.
Cuando llame o envíe un texto al 911, un servicio de traducción se asegurará que entiendan lo que está diciendo.
For more information, visit in911.net.
Gracias.
911. Before you text, voice is best.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
I'm a proud owner of B-Window.
I'm a proud B-Window owner.
I'm a proud B-Window owner.
When you work with a local, employee-owned home improvement company like B-Window, quality comes first because your home improvements are a reflection of our business. And for a limited time, we're extending our employee discount to you, up to 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. Trust local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to be.
Trust me. Indiana law provides legislators with certain immunities from civil arrest during specific periods.
Facts on the table.
What year is this? 1872?
Feelings to the side.
They have to have a special law so that they don't go off the deep end.
And whatever nonsense needs calling out.
But yet, trust them when they say they're looking out for your best interest.
Kendall and Casey.
These people are on the up and up when it comes to voting for us.
Weekdays from 9 till noon on 93 WIBC.
Trust employee-owned. B-Window's extending our employee discount to you, up to 55% off, plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. Trust your home to be.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
Weatherman says he can't predict hurricanes because of federal budget cuts.
Join us Thursday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Lots of rain across the Hoosier State. Rain, 68 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, a high of 76 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31.
Across the metro, generally around an inch. We've had a few spots that have had a little bit more than that. But some of the heaviest rain has actually been back to the north and west of Indianapolis.
Forecaster Mike Ryan at the National Weather Service.
Go up towards Frankfort and Kokomo. We've seen some areas that have picked up 2 to 3 inches, also back towards Terre Haute and in the Wabash Valley. Again, that rain fell over several hours during the late afternoon, evening, and then into the overnight.
And Ryan says we could see severe weather later on today, and severe weather chances greater in the southern part of the state. Remembering the victims from the Boulder, Colorado terrorist attack.
Black smoke, the smell, the screams, flames around my feet. For a moment, I thought I would go up in flames. I managed to get out. I was not hurt physically, though I don't know what it did to my heart long term.
Rachel Hepburn was at the vigil last night in Colorado. Here's the state's governor.
The Jewish world is so small, and each of us have a connection to this horrific act of terror. Let me be clear. Anti-Semitism has no home in Colorado.
Jared Polis speaking at that vigil. An Egyptian man has been charged for the attack. His wife and 5 kids were also taken into custody earlier this week. President Trump ordered an investigation Wednesday into former President Joe Biden's actions during his term, including his use of the auto pen.
Biden responded to those allegations in a new statement saying he knew what he was doing. Quote, let me be clear. I made the decisions during my presidency. I made the decisions about the pardons, executive orders, legislation, and proclamations. Any suggestion that I didn't is ridiculous and false. And before that statement, Trump ordered the White House counsel in consultation with his attorney general to review the matter. In a memo, the White House says, quote, former President Biden's aides abused the power of presidential signatures through the use of an auto pen to conceal Biden's cognitive decline and assert Article 2 authority.
And that's Fox's Lucas Tomlinson reporting. Indiana's federally owned military post, Camp Atterbury, has been mentioned as a possibility for housing detained migrants. John Herrick reports on a Hoosier congressman who isn't sure if that's a good idea.
Indianapolis Democratic Congressman Andre Carson wrote a letter to the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem on Wednesday. He told her the prospect of repurposing Camp Atterbury for migrant detention raises significant issues that warrant thorough examination, including the negative impact this will have on our national security and military readiness. He wants to hear back from Noem by June 13th on this matter. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Sports on WIBC, brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com.
It's simply going to come down to us being able to play our game at the best possible level.
Indiana Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle says his team knows the challenge ahead as they begin the NBA Finals journey tonight on the road against the Oklahoma City Thunder.
We're going to need to take care of the ball because these guys turn people over at a historic rate, and we're going to have to make some shots.
And Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton, now in his 5th year in the league and playing in his first NBA Finals, says he's growing a lot and he's focused on making the most of his opportunity.
I have bad games, and I'll have a game where I shoot 5 shots and I pass the ball too much, and I'll have a game where I shoot too much and probably could have passed a little more. So there's no right or wrong answer, and I think the best thing to do is just learn from experience.
And Gamebridge Fieldhouse will host parties for Game 1 and 2 of the NBA Finals, watch parties, that is. And tickets for the NBA Finals for next week here in Indy will go on sale today at 2. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
Eastbound 70 at Hancock County closed between Mountain Comfort Road and State Road 9 because of a crash involving 3 semis. And this puts us on US 40 as a reroute. You can get there by exiting at Mountain Comfort Road, exit 96, and traveling south. Westbound 70 still stopped from 465 to Shadeland Avenue and then to Sherman Drive. This road semi-trailer cleanup is at Sherman Drive with 2 right lanes blocked, and it's been there since early this morning. Lots of cleanup to be had on the right side of the interstate. Doing a great job. Still have some work to do. Traffic is stopped from Sherman back to Shadeland for a delayed time of 28 minutes. Also looking at northbound 65 stop and go traffic, 465 to the south split because of road construction. Eastbound 465 south side slow before I-65 over to Arlington Avenue. Inbound 69 stop and go traffic, 116th Street to 465. That is an 8-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, they are extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus no interest or payments. Trust a local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
66 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:37.
Whenever I'm out a wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace. I'm sorry, I don't think this is a toy. Nor do I think that this is a fidgety thing. You know, the fidget spinners that used to be all the rage, and then people realized, hey, wait a second, I just spent $20 on crap. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. During downtime, I'm clearing my head. I'm getting ready for what's next on the show. I find myself on Facebook Marketplace, the Marketplace segment brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It is your cash. Go get it. Matt Bear used IndianaUnclaimed.gov, and now he can afford shirts that are a size medium instead of a size small.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy them, though.
Oh, we didn't say that. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It is your cash. Go get it. So there's all sorts of stuff on the marketplace. Cool stuff, odd stuff, interesting stuff, strange stuff, weird stuff. Everything I bought, I've sold, I've done it all on the marketplace. This, in light of Game 1 of the the NBA Finals, I wanted to go a little basketball. Go Pacers. They're in Oklahoma City tonight. That game will be on the fan. And I came across this. This is an NCAA licensed product. It is an NCAA desk fidget toy. So let me describe what this looks like. Let's say you had a bed in your home, And everybody knows Matt Bear sleeps upside down like a bat.
Yes.
And so it looks like a bed. So it's got the headboard and then it's got the bed. In the middle of the bed, there's like a little groove. And in that groove, it goes from the headboard to like 3/4 of the way towards the foot of the bed. There's a ball, like a crystal ball, like a marble almost. And according to these people, the marble, the glass sphere just rolls back and forth. And somehow this is a toy. This is the toy, Matt Bear. The marble, I don't know, you just flick the marble back and forth. That's all you do. That's the whole thing that you're doing. As far as I'm concerned, you're spending half your time chasing the marble because it flew off the damn toy.
No, you're not getting any work done.
But you're certainly not. This, first things first, I want you to look at it. There's only one photo. I shared it there on Twitter X, @TonyKatz. Is this a toy, Matt Bear?
No, it's not. It's a fortune-telling device. The ball looks like an orb of some sorts of witchcraft in which you can say something like, does this girl like me? And it'll come back, no. And you just kind of shake it like that. Like the Magic 8 Ball. Did you have the Magic 8 Ball when you were a kid, Tony?
Of course I had the Magic. I might still have one around here. I don't know.
Should I skip this test? You shake it violently, and then it would come up with the answer.
Should I skip this test?
Yeah. Well,
Where did you bring the Magic 8 Ball?
I took it to Purdue with me.
I didn't know if it was like like a math test or an STD test.
Well, it was. I mean, there are lots of different tests you can get at Purdue University. That's all.
You can get both of those.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Boiler up.
Boiler up, baby. Hey, we're ready to
swab down.
This is boiler up and swab down.
Right.
That's right. That's what my T-shirt says. National championship T-shirt for Purdue this year. Boiler up, swab down.
That's it.
It's beautiful.
That shirt would sell, by the way.
Oh, it would.
This is not a toy. Now, they're only asking $3.
Yeah, that's.
Is this worth $3?
I don't even want to unpack it and put it on my desk, to be honest. It sounds like a lot of work. Even with something as cool as a glass ball rolling around on your desk. I just don't think I could buy this.
If it was a glass ball rolling around on your desk, that would be better. And then you could like treat it like you were a cat and just bat at it. And this is like, you got to stay in the groove.
Ball of yarn. Just kind of whack it.
By the way, if you've never seen Will Ferrell's audition for Saturday Night Live, where he pretends he's a cat playing with a ball of yarn, it's very funny.
Meow.
It's very wow. Carl going with the deep pull right there. It's very like into his head. It's really good. I don't know. It's only $3. I just think that this is not a toy.
I don't know what it is. It just says NCAA on it, and I don't know where the glass ball goes, if it's supposed to roll down the thing or on your desk. I don't know. This is junk to me. I mean, I'm not buying it.
How many of these do you think they sold?
Why even make them to begin with?
They made them, and that's so we can go past that. Do you think they sold like 1,000 of these, 10,000 of these, 100,000 of these?
Baker's dozen, maybe.
You think they sold 13?
Yeah, I think they sold 13 of them. That is right.
By the way, if you didn't know, a baker's dozen, everybody, is 13.
I didn't even know that.
I like to teach people things.
Thank you.
Oh, I missed it. I was going to play it for you. Dang it. Forget it.
Show up to rehearsal.
I know, right? God almighty. It is there on the marketplace. Check it out for yourself. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Life moves fast.
We move fast.
Get moving fast.
It's not business as usual.
So does the news.
I could be a stupid person and say, oh, no, we don't want a free plane.
Decisions made today.
The United States and China announcing a 90-day pause.
Could impact you tomorrow.
Goldman Sachs adjusting its 2025 economic outlook.
The issues, some solutions.
What's next?
I'll let you know at the appropriate time. Got to stay tuned.
We're already tracking it.
Strong borders.
Stay in the know while you're on the go on 93 WIBC.
Have you ever checked your Social Security statement to see how much money you'll get in retirement? Guess what? This number could be a lot less or a lot more than the number on your statement. It's Hammer and Nigel, and you could discover how you could get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy. We trust Bill, and you can too.
So if you have saved more than $200,000 but have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery. 317-648-5120. This free analysis takes the guesswork out of filing for your benefits, and most importantly, it could help you get every penny that's rightfully yours. Free analysis. Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120.
You've heard about Terry Bush at R&R Agency for a long time, how easy he is to work with, and how he'll find you the best health insurance coverage at the best rate. Now hear from one of his clients.
Hi, Terry. Just wanted to touch base with you and let you know I got your email yesterday, and just wanted to say thank you for all of your help. This has been one of the easiest things that I've done in transitioning to my new job. So of all the things that have been going on lately, you've made this quite easy. So I do appreciate all your help, and thank you again. Have a good day. Thanks.
Terry has been helping people for over 35 years. If you're retiring early, self-employed, or need small group insurance, call 317-563-0868. That's 317-563-0868, or go to rragency.org. rragency.org. As always, God bless America, peace through strength, and common sense government.
Traffic on the 5s, and Matt Bear, what do you know?
Hancock County eastbound 70 is closed from Mount Comfort Road to State Road 9 because of a crash. 3 semis in this crash, and that's where I'm going to exit Mount Comfort Road, exit 96, and then I can go south to US 40. That's my reroute because this is a full closure with a bad delay. It's eastbound 70 shut down from Mount Comfort Road to State Road 9. Now, if we're traveling to downtown Indianapolis on the east side, cleanup continues on a rolled semi-trailer. This is westbound 70 at Sherman Drive, doing a great job with the cleanup. A lot has been done here. The trailer is upright, but the 2 right lanes are still blocked on westbound 70 at Sherman Drive, stopping us back to 465. Our delay time right now is running at 41 minutes. I'd strongly consider Washington Street instead. South side crash. This is East Street, north of 465, pickup truck on its side. Northbound 65, slow through the construction from Southport Road all the way up to the South Split. Gets really bad around 465. And then westbound 70 from downtown to the airport. This is a crash before West Street, blocking the right lane. No delay, but there is a slowdown there. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust local. Trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
68 degrees. Do I have that right? I think I do. We'll go with it. In the American Standard Cooling Weather Center at the time right now is 7:47.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 317-516-6861 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. 317-516-6861 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 317-516-6861 for fast, easy, affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinics treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 317-516-6861.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy.
More tariffs later, tornadoes possible.
WIBC.com gives you more than just headlines. It's context, updates, and insight. Whether you're at work, on the move, or catching up late, the latest is already there. Stay in the know while you're on the go at WIBC.com.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
And I am the author of a new book that's coming out this fall called Independent. It's coming out on October 21st, so please do grab it. And the reason I wrote this book, coming out of the White House, you know, serving as White House press secretary was an honor and a privilege. But since I have left, the people that come up to me, strangers that come up to me just across the country as I'm traveling, and sometimes right in my neighborhood, at a grocery store, supermarket, airport, my daughter's school, the number one question they ask me is, Karine, how do we get out of this?
That isn't the number one question they ask you. And oh, by the way, a grocery store and a supermarket, pretty much the same thing. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning, you fraud of a human being. There is not a single person who worked in the Biden administration or who covered the administration in the mainstream media who has an ounce of shame. None. They hate you, and they don't care. They support themselves. They rally around each other, and they will continue to do this until we quite literally financially starve them out. They're going to have to go get real jobs. Karine Jean-Pierre was the press secretary for Joe Biden. And Karine Jean-Pierre, very obviously, and people refuse to accept this reality, was hired after Jen Psaki for the color of her skin and her sexuality. It was not for her skill set. She's black and she's gay. She was not hired for skill because she has none. This is accepted as fact across the spectrum. There's a story that she reached out after being done as press secretary and lying to America about Joe Biden's mental situation for years. Remember, she's the one who told us it was cheap fakes. She lied. She knew she was lying. She didn't care. She hates you. After she was out of a job, she reached out to The View to try and get on The View. They never called her back. That's the story. And so now she's got a book called Independent. She's left the Democratic Party, and now she's an independent, and she's trying to fix what's broken in America and talking about a broken White House. Somebody said if she was willing to be a little tongue-in-cheek and be really on the nose, the book would be in the shape of a binder. That's a very deep cut. That's very, very funny. I wish I had come up with that one. So bravo to whoever said that. I want it on the record, to the extent that me being on the record on this subject matters at all, that Karine Jean-Pierre is a liar and a fraud. She's a disgusting woman, and no one should ever want their daughters to be like Karine Jean-Pierre. I would show my daughters video of Karine Jean-Pierre, the attitude of Karine Jean-Pierre, the lies of Karine Jean-Pierre, and say, never, ever be like this. This is everything. That would be a shame, not to me and not to your mother, but to your own soul. This fraud of a human being who now has the audacity, after lying to us for years, and we knew she was lying, but she kept doing it. now wants to profit. Just like Jake Tapper, no shame, no decency. Jake Tapper's book, it could be argued, will at least have some things in there where you're like, wow, I didn't know it was that bad. Or I knew it was that bad, but here's proof of how it's bad. What could she possibly bring? What would you possibly believe? What would you believe? I think this should be filed under fiction. She's not independent. She is totally willing to sell herself, though, to the highest bidder, which she has now done. And she believes that you will absolutely engage her grift. She certainly believes that black women and lesbians will engage her grift and buy her book. Don't you dare. She lied to you too. It isn't excused because, well, we have this in common. No, it's not. I never once excused Bernie Madoff. Just because they may have an attribute like yours doesn't make them like you. And when it comes to Corinne Jean-Pierre, they not like us. She's disgusting. If you want to talk about how low someone can go, you start and end with Corinne Jean-Pierre. Not independent. No. Insulting. Much better. Matt Barrett's got traffic. What's up, Matt?
Hancock County eastbound 70 shut down between Mount Comfort Road and State Road 9 because of a crash involving 3 semis. Use US 40 instead. Westbound 70 at Emerson Avenue, actually Sherman Drive. The road semi cleanup continues with 2 right lanes blocked. Stop to 465. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services plus 18 months. No interest or payments. Trust a local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. Matt Bear at WIBC Traffic.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 6/22/25, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Oh, man, I think it'd be super cool to go to Symphony on the Prairie and check out Tusk, which is the Fleetwood Mac tribute band. And if you're a AAA member, you get big savings on those summer night concerts. 20% off tickets to any show. AAA saving you money on outdoor music and vacations.
Going to Symphony on the Prairie? Always fun. Same with going on vacation. And AAA members, you save when you have a AAA membership. You get vacation discounts, hotels, rental cars, and even complimentary travel planning. Plus, if you run into trouble out on the road, AAA has you covered. Flat tire, dead battery, lock your keys in the car, whatever. AAA is there 24/7, 365, no matter where your travels take you. So do yourself a favor. Join AAA today or buy somebody you love a membership. Visit AAA.com or give them a call at 844-GO. AAA GO, or stop by any AAA office.
Get ready for the best week of summer. Life Church is hosting Vacation Bible School, an exciting, fun-filled week where kids will discover the love of Jesus through music, games, crafts, and Bible stories. It's all happening June 9th through the 13th, and it's completely free. It's open to all kids ages 4 years old to 5th grade. So come, make new friends, learn about Jesus, and have a blast. Register today at lifechurchin.com.
If this is the year to build your custom dream home, Joyner Homes is ready to help make your dream come true. They offer the flexibility to build on your own lot, allowing you to build a home in the place you've always envisioned. A dedicated in-house team of experts will guide you through every step, offering unmatched personalization and flexibility. Joyner Homes provides clear and upfront pricing and floor plans to inspire you. There's no time like the present to get in touch with Joyner Homes to talk about your vision and learn more about their building process. Visit JoynerHomes.com.
Hi, Jeff Roush for Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators, up to $8,000 off select 2024 Nautilus, or up to $7,000 off select 2024 Corsair at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP 105,575, Nautilus MSRP 6195, Corsair MSRP 47,820. Offers going on now. Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to say
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, gunshots, a black SUV in crime scene tape, what Indianapolis cops say happened last night. Lots of flooding on local roads this morning and lots of wrecks. We'll talk about that. And John Herrick with a preview of Game 1 of the NBA Finals after Fox News 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
Israel gets 2 more hostages back, but it's not a rescue. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. It was a recovery mission in Gaza for the 2 who were Israeli-American dual citizens.
New York-born Yudi Weinstein Haggai and her husband Gad Haggai, both in their early 70s, were killed in the attack by Hamas of October 7th, 2023. Their bodies were taken to Gaza. But according to the Israeli military, a special operations recovered their remains in Khan Yunis in the south of the Strip.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Hamas still holds 56 hostages, only about a third of them believed to be alive. The man accused of attacking Jewish demonstrators supporting the hostages Sunday in Boulder, Colorado, injuring 15 of them, will appear in state court today. Fox's Kristen Goodwin reports.
Mohammed Solomon faces 16 counts of attempted murder in the first degree and 16 counts of attempted use of an incendiary device. Federal officials who charged him with a hate crime say he planned the attack for a year, noting his wife and 5 children are in custody as they investigate whether they knew about the attack.
A federal judge has blocked the deportations of Solomon's family. Another federal judge has ordered the Trump administration to allow more than 100 alleged gang members deported to El Salvador in March under the Alien Enemies Act to contest their removal. President Trump's issued a new travel ban to keep out
foreign nationals who are not properly vetted, as well as those who come here as temporary visitors and overstay their visas. We don't want them.
His order bans travel from 12 countries, including Afghanistan, Iran, Haiti, and Yemen. Restricts travel from 7 more, Cuba and Venezuela among them. Democrats are calling it cruel and discriminatory. President Trump has also ordered the use of the auto pen during the Biden presidency in an investigation into his mental decline.
Biden responded to those allegations in a new statement saying he knew what he was doing. Quote, let me be clear. I made the decisions during my presidency. I made the decisions about the pardons, executive orders, legislation, and proclamations.
That's Fox's Lucas Tomlinson. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Severe weather could arrive later this afternoon. Light rain in downtown Indianapolis where it's 66 degrees. We're going up to 76 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. Heavy rain overnight flooded roads and made driving tough this morning, and the worst of it is moving out now. But another system this afternoon could bring severe weather, says Mike Ryan at the National Weather Service.
Cannot rule out a couple of storms producing damaging winds, especially in the southern part of central Indiana. But I think the heavy rain is going to be the greater concern, certainly be localized.
And Ryan says there is a minimal chance for tornadoes in the southern half of the state this afternoon. 2 people were hurt in a shooting on Indy's near Northside on Wednesday night. The cops were called to the area around 38th in Meridian, right by a bus stop. There they saw a black SUV, and inside that SUV, they found a man. He had been shot. Another person called the police about 20 minutes later to say they had been shot. That person is in stable condition. The dude in the SUV is in bad shape, and we're working to hear more soon. A southern Indiana man is going to be locked up for quite some time for dealing drugs. Here's Jarrett Lewis.
Madison man Christopher Dorton is going to prison for 4 decades for dealing meth and cocaine. Sentencing for the 48-year-old was handed down earlier this week. Dorton was convicted of 14 felonies relating to drug dealing. He made up a group of at least 25 people busted in Operation Iceberg last year. Law enforcement began their investigation into the operation that crossed into Kentucky back in February of last year. More suspects remain in custody. Others have already been sentenced. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Indiana Democratic Congressman Andre Carson has concerns about the use of Camp Atterbury. On Wednesday, Carson formally requested additional information from the Department of Homeland Security regarding the potential use of Camp Atterbury. The Indiana Pacers could be fighting an uphill battle when they play the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Here's John Herrick.
Sportsbooks everywhere have the Thunder as heavy favorites, but Pacer forward Aaron Nesmith said Wednesday that's fine with him.
We've been the underdogs since I've gotten here for the last 3 years. Every game in the playoffs, it felt like nobody wanted us to win. We're here, and nothing's new, and we're going to attack it with the same mindset.
They'll be facing an Oklahoma City team that doesn't lose often at home and set an NBA record for point differential in the regular season. The Thunder's also the youngest team to make the finals in 48 years. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Gas prices up to $3.05 this morning across Indianapolis, says Gas Buddy, but that's down 14 cents from where they were last week. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Baer.
What's happening, Ryan? Looking at eastbound 70 in Hancock County. All lanes closed because of a semi-crash between Mountain Comfort Road and State Road 9. 1, 2, 3 semis involved in this, and right now your reroute is exiting at Mount Comfort Road going south to US 40. That'll get you to 9 Greenfield and back to I-70. Now, if you're on the east side heading towards downtown, crash cleanup continues on a rolled semi-trailer. It's westbound 70th Sherman Drive or before Keystone Rural. And 2 right lanes are blocked. Checking the camera on this. Still lots of heavy machinery out on the interstate and on that right shoulder ditch. So cleanup continues. It could still take a minute with traffic stopped. Back to 465. That is a 38-minute delay. South side, northbound 65, stop and go traffic, Southport Road up to the south split, and that's because of road construction. Crash on the south side, it's East Street, just north of 465, and that's a pickup truck on its side. And now we have a crash on the south side. It's northbound 65 at Southport Road over on the shoulder. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping and code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. What's going on?
Hey, good morning. We've got some of that rain out there, so be careful. Later this afternoon, it'll turn more scattered in nature. Could see a few thunderstorms that may contain some gusty winds, mainly cloudy with highs near 78. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Areas of fog develop with lows near 66. So heads up for tomorrow morning commute. We could see some areas of fog. Look for lots of clouds on Friday. Some more scattered showers and thunderstorms possible, with highs into the upper 70s. Now this weekend I think we'll see some dry time, but late Saturday evening we could see some showers and storms possible, both Saturday and Sunday, with highs into the upper 70s.
That right there is Tara Hastings of Wish TV. Tara, always a pleasure. Thank you. Right now, 66 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:07. Tonight, you can catch that pregame at 8 p.m. over there on the Fan. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. The Pacers, the Oklahoma City Thunder. I am calling him Pacers in 6. Like that matters. Or did I just put the bad juju out there and all of a sudden that's it? I just want the 6 games because 6 games means 3 home games for the Pacers. Maximum opportunity for Indianapolis. That's all that matters. And of course, the mayors made the bet. The mayor of Oklahoma City, if Indiana wins, come to Oklahoma and we'll do some whitewater rafting. And then there's the Women's College World Series plays in Oklahoma, and then the famous Cattleman's Ranch Steakhouse. And so Joe Hogsett responded, and if Oklahoma City wins, the mayor gets to come out here from Oklahoma City and gets a hot lap on the track. They're going to take in a Fever game, and then St. Elmo's. So that's the offer. When you look at the videos, the mayor of Oklahoma City looks like a guy you want to have a beer with. Joe Hogsett looks like a guy who just got off a work release program. The personalities, to the extent that Joe Hogsett has a personality, it's very glaring, the difference. What I think that Indianapolis did well, I give credit where it is due. When they made the video, okay, Hogsett looks a little ridiculous. He's like in front of a screen like he's Johnny Carson, like in front of a curtain. It's super weird. But when they talked about the places they'll go in this bet, they showed them. So they showed the track, and then they showed a Fever game, then they showed St. Elmo's. That was very smart, because what they did is when the mayor of Oklahoma City did it, he's just talking to the camera. He's got a personality, and it was fine. For the Indianapolis response to this bet over the NBA Finals, it was a little bit of a showcase video. Like, hey, here's what we've got in Indianapolis. Maybe you didn't know this. Here it is. I don't know who made the video. Don't know. But, I mean, and it could have just been hey, why don't we just put up the graphic? Or why don't we put up a little bit? It was very smart. It was very, very smart. And then it was like the Joe Hogsett voiceover. I was like, oh, because it is. I mean, it doesn't matter what we think about Hogsett, what we know to be true about Hogsett. All this is true. But for a lot of people, this is their first time seeing both of these places. They don't know anything about Indy, and they don't know anything about Oklahoma City. And you got to understand, I think we'd all agree this is true. The NBA is not happy that 2 mid-market cities are in the NBA Finals. They want the Lakers and the Knicks. They want, look at all the celebrity. Jack's making his way out. Look, there's Timothée Chalamet. This is very good. It's huge for the city. Massive opportunity here. And so for a lot of people, seeing this back and forth between the mayors is going to get people they've never normally seen before. So I like how Indy did that. But there is a piece in the Indy Star from the mayor of Oklahoma City talking about how they built Oklahoma City based on what Indianapolis has done. It's really a solid piece, and it's a touch of a love letter. It's that they lost out to Indianapolis on getting a hub for an airline. I think it was United Airlines. And they're like, why? And then they came to Indy and they were like, oh, here's a mid-market city with 2 sports franchises. Here's a market city that focuses on this thing. Remember, we built on sports. How do we do this? And then they went about building out a plan to do that. They talk about how in 1993, downtown Oklahoma City had 1 hotel, and now they have 30. You can't ever forget the model that this place is. You also can never forget that Joe Hogsett has contributed 0 to the model. Democratic Party has contributed 0 of recent times to the model. No growth has happened because of them, but you have to respect the people that came before and did this. This is an unbelievable place. There's a reason people tell the Indianapolis story, and it is very, very, very real. By the way, I had brought this up the other day, and I want you to know I've had at least one, as I see it, legitimate conversation about it, and I plan on having more about it. Gamebridge Fieldhouse needs a statue to Slick and Nancy Leonard. we should do this. We need to do this. I am all in for this. I said I'm in for the first 1,000. I'm talking about putting together the group. I'm going to start reaching out to people. It needs a statue to Slick and to Nancy Leonard. And someone's going to say, what about a statue to Reggie? I think other people are going to take care of the statue for Reggie. I got to assume that comes one day, right? Right? I don't know. I didn't live here. You tell me, is a statue for Reggie coming? But yet I didn't live here, and I know that a statue to Slick and Nancy Leonard, you wouldn't have the team if it wasn't for them. And you wouldn't have the city we have. You wouldn't have it if it wasn't for those two and a telethon and something so perfectly Hoosier, I can't even describe it. And I'm talking about the kind of statue where people can take their picture with and put their arm around Slick, put their arm around Nancy. I mean, that's who they are. That's at least how I see it, having never met them. Oh, it's necessary. People would be in. I've got an idea for this. Has to be done. Has to get done. Tony Katz, 93, WIBC. Good morning.
Everyone's talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation. Like your neighbor Brett.
We did Galaxy for the sidewalks and also the porch. The porch had a few pits. Galaxy said that was no problem.
Home or business, Galaxy Concrete Coatings got you covered.
Obviously with the front sidewalk and step, so we didn't worry about any kind of slipping. You know, you're concerned about that after rain. And then when it did dry, it didn't spot, it didn't stain. It was just like it had been done yesterday.
Lots of styles to choose from, 4 times stronger than epoxy, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
One thing that my wife commented on was how easy the Galaxy coating swept versus just the bare concrete.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com now. That's Galaxy Concrete Coatings. And remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We're out of this world.
We moved here recently. I didn't even think twice about calling anyone else but Galaxy to come do this house.
The month of May has raced by at Sundown Gardens in Miss M's Home and Garden. Denny Smith here. The June sales are now on. Come shop the great high-quality products at both garden centers and save big this week. It's 20% off annuals and 30% off pottery at both locations. And if you're shopping for poly patio furniture, visit Miss M's in Bargersville for 20% off their patio furniture. Visit Sundown Gardens at 186th Street, Spring Mill Road in Westfield, or Miss M's on State Road 135 in Bargersville.
Traffic on the 5s, Matt Bear in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
All right, Tony, looking at Hancock County, eastbound 70 remains closed before State Road 9 because of a semi-crash. That's 3 semis involved in this, so we are shut down from Mount Comfort Road to State Road 9. Exit at Mount Comfort Road, pick up 40 for your reroute. Westbound 70 heading towards downtown for the east side. Cleanup continues on a rolled semi-trailer. This is at Sherman Drive. Stopping traffic back to 465 for delay time of 42 minutes. Reroute using Washington Street. Right now, 2 right lanes are blocked at the crash site. Cleanup continues as we see a lot of the heavy machines have been removed from the interstate. Still have a couple out there, so we are making progress. Northbound 65 stop and go after 465 into the south split because of construction. Crash on the south side. This is East Street north of 465. A pickup truck on its side. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
66 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:16.
Hey, this is Denny Smith for LD Smith Plumbing. Lance Smith joins me right now. No, we're not related, but I'd be proud to call him my son, my uncle, my cousin, whatever. Lance, welcome to the studio.
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right, sump pumps, they're coming up. You guys, it's probably time to get your sump pump special. You brag on this every year.
Yep, it's a real deal. Free primary sump pump with the purchase of a battery backup system. Simple as that. No hidden labor fees or anything like that. 317-927-7186 or ldsmithplumbing.com.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Going to hospitals, how can you protect them?
Here's the thing. The Donald Trump administration will use the fact that they fund 7% of our city budget as leverage over us to try and give up whichever category of New Yorkers they are pursuing in that day. Ultimately, what we need to do is tell those same institutions we will provide them that funding, and we'll get that funding by taxing the 1% and the wealthiest corporations right here in New York State.
Thank you.
That's the socialist running for mayor in New York as a Democrat against Andrew Cuomo. That's right. The former governor who left in disgrace and, oh, by the way, killed all those people in nursing homes. We forget. I don't give a damn what his brother says at News Nation. That's what Andrew Cuomo did. Shame on News Nation for giving Chris Cuomo a job. Maybe that's why I don't appear on News Nation anymore. Yeah. Oh, well, screw him. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. And they've got very good people over at News Nation. They've got some solid hosts. They've got some solid talent. I've never understood the Chris Cuomo thing, and I don't understand people saying, wow, Chris Cuomo speaking truth to power. Could we not? You covered for your brother while he was engaged in abusing staff and getting people killed in nursing homes all across New York, and now supposed to say, well, he's playing tough, and look, he's got Stephen A. Smith on the show. He must be just a regular Joe. No, I don't know. Maybe my bar's too high. Maybe I'm more unforgiving. I'm not 100% sure. But I am not sold. Thank you very much. And certainly not sold on Andrew Cuomo. So the other option in New York is a socialist who wants to increase taxes in order to give health care to illegal immigrants. Just remember, we've got Jesse Brown here in Indianapolis. Same mathematics, same philosophy. Although I will admit to you, there's a weird thing at play. I was discussing earlier that I truly feel like there's a calm, like I am at ease. And it's not that I'm not at ease. It's just that I'm not like this. And it's been an interesting couple of days because I have felt it. Like, all right, got my work done. All right, everything's going good. I feel good about what's happening. The other businesses are going. I feel at ease. I'm like, that means something's coming, right? I do. I feel like this is a calm before the storm, and I don't know. I really shouldn't. It's my own issue if I do, but I do. I feel like it's a calm before the storm that's coming right now. I absolutely, positively feel that way, and I look. I'm just. I don't know. Every story. I'm like, is this the thing that's going to drop? Is that the thing that's going to drop? It's interesting to me, and part of I'm like, why do I feel this way? What is it that I'm noticing? I'll give you one of the things I'm noticing. There was about 3 months there where every day the trolls were on it, and I noticed recently they're all gone. I mean, they may still be out there. No one's saying anything. None of these Democrats, none of these trolls, none of these anti-Semites, maybe, I don't know if I'm the only one who's noticed this. Maybe you've noticed this. They're not there. I don't miss them. But have we crossed that Rubicon where they realize that none of that's going to work? We're going to keep going. The show's going to keep happening. Conversations are going to keep getting discussed. Trump's going to keep doing what he does. I was on Newsmax yesterday, and it was a conversation about Hakeem Jeffries, the leader of the Democrats in the House, who wants ICE agents to be unmasked. You've got ICE agents who are out there doing the job, engaging in the arrests of these illegal immigrants. And he wants to know their identities. This was Hakeem Jeffries.
This is America. This is not the Soviet Union. We're not behind the Iron Curtain. This is not the 1930s. And every single one of them, no matter what it takes, no matter how long it takes, will, of course, be identified. That, in fact, is the law.
Now, I'm not sure if that is the law. Do you think it's the first time law enforcement has hid their identity so they're not recognized and attacked? So they could keep their surveillance status, undercover, et cetera? It's not. It's not the first time at all. The left can't believe that not only did America vote for this, but that it's happening. Why do they fight ICE agents, physically fight Immigration and Customs Enforcement? They can't believe that they lost. They can't believe the deportations are happening. They can't believe America said enough of this. The socialists can't believe that they're losing because they've been slowly winning for a good long time. And we let that happen. They are shocked. Now, understand, I'm saying, I didn't get to say this on Newsmax yesterday. It wasn't enough time. Hakeem Jeffries wants these people to be unmasked. He wants them to be hurt. I mean, I said it briefly, but I want to dig in more. I would say that to the congressman's face without any hesitation. He wants ICE agents to be physically harmed. So did everybody who talked about Trump being a threat to democracy and was making a call for a lone wolf. But they can't believe this is actually happening. They can't believe that they're losing. They can't believe that they don't have a message. They can't believe that the media has lost its real punch in being able to set the narrative and set the tone. They can't believe it. And now, the only thing that has really worked so far in a punch against Trump has been not only this idea of taco trade from Wall Street, but the words of Elon Musk regarding the one big beautiful bill. And they so hate Elon Musk and call him every name in the world, they can't figure out how to pivot back to supporting him because he's opposed to this legislation, which, as is, I also wouldn't vote for. I think that's a huge part of the story, and maybe that's why I'm not hearing from these people. Maybe that's why I feel a little more at ease. I mean, I don't pay attention to the chirping, but you know that it's there. I don't let the chirping affect me, but I know that it's there. Maybe knowing that it's there is just like a pebble in your shoe. It's just a little bit annoying. Right now, I'm just not annoyed. It feels great, but it makes me wonder if something's going to drop. Matt Bear has got traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matthew?
Eastbound 70 Hancock County, all lanes closed because of a semi-crash. A semi-crash involving 3 semis. And right now to reroute exit at Mount Comfort Road, exit 96, pick up 40 from there. Westbound 70 on the east side. Crash cleanup continues on a rolled semi-trailer. This is at Sherman Drive. 2 right lanes are blocked with traffic stopped back to 465. The semi-trailer has been hauled off, so that's progress. Still have work to do on the guardrail, and there is a huge dumpster. It's going to need help to get out of there. Traffic stop back to 465. That is a delay of 35 minutes on Choose Washington Street instead. Construction delay on northbound 65 south side. Stop and go traffic after 465 into the south split. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust local. Trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
Weatherman says he can't predict hurricanes because of federal budget cuts.
Join us Thursday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Hey, Pat Sullivan here. We're turning 71 this year at Sullivan Hardware and Garden. That's 71 years of helping our neighbors with plants, grills, patio furniture, and a whole lot of laughs along the way. To celebrate, we're having our Pop the Balloon sale. Pick your items, pop a balloon at checkout, Save 10 to 71% off of the select categories, like plants. Buying a grill over $500, you'll get $71 in free grilling accessories, just a little something extra the Sullivan way. Patio furniture is 30% off, plus an additional 10% off. And this Saturday from 10 to 2 at our Keystone store, join us for the Remembering Rita Barbecue, a fundraiser for the Alzheimer's Association in memory of my mom, Rita. Great food, a great cause, and a great reason to stop by. Sullivan Hardware and Garden, 71st and Keystone, 49th and Penn, Cicero, and Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan in Fishers.
Kendall and Casey.
How was your trip?
Yeah, I completely checked out as I was approaching Indiana and I was getting re-familiar with everything that had been going on. So the lieutenant governor said something controversial. The secretary of state's on another trip in a foreign country. And we have another state rep that allegedly had a cocktail or two and got behind the wheel. So pretty much status quo.
Kendall and Casey. Weekdays 9 till noon on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
There's something timeless about radio. It's where stories are told, ideas are shared, and communities stay connected. Our generation grew up with it, and we still believe in the power of tuning in. At Howard Bailey Financial, we believe planning for retirement should feel just as familiar and trusted. That's why we're bringing real conversations and practical advice to the airwaves. Join us every Sunday at 9 p.m. for our Retire with Purpose Radio Hour, right here on 93.1 WIBC. We'll talk about what really matters in retirement, income you can count on, choices you can feel good about, and a future that reflects your values. Because some things, like good planning and good radio, never go out of style. Howard Bailey Financial, retirement planning that speaks your language. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com. The Retire with Purpose Radio Hour is a paid placement on each airing station.
At Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling, our mission is to provide honest assessments and recommendations. We promise you'll never be sold something you don't need.
PricePointComfort.com. They are your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air dealer.
Trust employee owned. B Windows extending our employee discount to you. Up to 55% off, plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. Trust your home to B.
Oh, here we go, baby. Today, the Hammer and Nigel Show live at the casino in Shelbyville. The Caesar Sportsbook inside Horseshoe Casino, Indy. We start at 3 o'clock. Get there early and let's go.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Stopping terrorism in America before it happens. Light rain on radar in downtown Indianapolis, 65 degrees on Monument Circle, a high of 76. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31.
After what happened in Colorado, you can't say that we don't have a serious issue with terrorists coming over here.
That's Missouri Senator Josh Hawley on Fox News talking about a travel ban on countries that President Trump issued last night that he says don't do enough to screen or vet travelers. With more on the story, here's Fox's David Spunt.
This travel ban involving a dozen countries brings a similar tone from the first Trump administration. The countries involved: Afghanistan, Burma, Chad, the Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen.
And the president said the attack on pro-Israeli protesters on Sunday in Boulder, Colorado by an illegal immigrant was the reason for his travel ban. That man was from Egypt, although Trump did not put Egypt on the list of 12 countries banned. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth speaking to reporters this morning following a meeting of NATO defense ministries in Belgium.
It was an alliance that was sleepwalking to irrelevance. And President Trump, in his first term, said you need to step up and spend more. And he has in this term done the same. And what I saw in there were countries prepared to step up to push the limits of what they can do. That's a good thing.
And NATO Secretary Mark Rutte says he expects both Canada and European allies to step up spending. Lots of rain across the Hoosier State this morning.
Across the metro, generally around an inch. We've had a few spots that have had a little bit more than that. But some of the heaviest rain has actually been back to the north and west of Indianapolis.
That's Mike Ryan, a forecaster at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis.
Go up towards Frankfort and Kokomo. We've seen some areas that have picked up 2 to 3 inches, also back towards Terre Haute and in the Wabash Valley. Again, that rain fell over several hours during the late afternoon, evening, and then into the overnight.
And Ryan says we could see severe weather later today. That's more likely in the southern half of the state. Indiana Democratic Congressman Andre Carson has concerns about the use of Camp Atterbury. John Herrick explains why.
On Wednesday, Carson formally requested additional information from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security regarding the potential use of Camp Atterbury in Indiana for immigration detention purposes. Carson argues that not only does the prospect of using Camp Atterbury raise concerns that our military readiness will be reduced, it's also deeply concerning given numerous reports that detainees across the United States have been denied legal due process. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. Game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight in Oklahoma City with the Indiana Pacers facing the Thunder. And we've heard this before, big underdogs in Vegas.
I feel like that's been the norm for us throughout the playoffs, and that's okay. We're not really worried about the external noise. We know what we have to do to win, and we have to do it together.
That's Pacers guard TJ McConnell says the team is thankful to be here after starting the season 10-15. Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle says the criticism about small market teams is useless given the magnitude of this event.
I know that we're going to do our very best to represent our city, our state at the best possible level. Thunder will do the same. This really, hopefully, is about the quality of the games, and, we got our work cut out for us there.
And tonight's game starts at 8:30. Coverage on 107.5 The Fan at 8. And the Indiana Fever travel to play the Chicago Sky on Saturday. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 8:35, traffic on the 5s. What are you watching for us this morning, Matt Bear?
Right now in Hancock County, Ryan, we have westbound 70 completely shut down for Mount Comfort Road. This is eastbound 70 completely shut down from Mount Comfort Road to State Road 9. This is like you're going from Indianapolis to Greenfield. The interstate is closed and traffic is rerouting using US 40. And then westbound 70 at Sherman Drive. Semi-cleanup continues. A crash from earlier this morning. The rolled semi-trailer is gone. We're still sweeping up out there. Traffic is jammed up to Shadeland Avenue and a little bit beyond. Northbound 65, stop-and-go traffic through the construction. 465 to the south split. On the northwest side, northbound 465 slows 86th Street up to 865. And we have debris on the road. This is northbound 65 at West 71st Street. The entrance ramp is going to be slow from 71st to northbound. Because of that debris, we do have an emergency vehicle on location. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust a local trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Can't be having debris on the road, Matt Bear.
No debris. Don't we have enough?
If you can get out there and just take care of that.
Without a big pile of smoot in the middle of the road. We have potholes everywhere, rolled semis and now this. So
it's been a rough morning.
Add it to the pile. No,
if you think that's rough, you got Hammer and Nigel at the Horseshoe Casino in Shelbyville this afternoon. Who let that happen? Do you know how rough that's going to be?
It's going to be fantastic, man. These guys throw a party.
I only hope that the bouncers are on call.
The pit bosses and the bouncers.
Stuff is going to get weird. You let these guys in a casino right before game 1?
Well, no, if you're going to have a big NBA event like that and you have a gambling expert like Hammer out there, I think that's a good place to be, to get maybe talk to him a little bit about that. I don't know anything about advice, but maybe talk to him about it a little bit. I think that's an opportunity.
We're going to find out who comes back. Who ges bailed out.
I had to sell my car.
Right? Just that easy. Matt Bear, always a pleasure, man. Thank you so much. 67 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:38.
How bad is it? Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight. Want coffee?
I think I need some coffee.
It's time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz. 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Dow futures up 30. NASDAQ futures up $1.50. Literally 1.5 right there. Oil prices staying really where they are. $63.16 on the West Texas crude. The Brent crude, that comes out of the ocean, $65.19. Then you've got the 10-year at 4.324. That is a little bit of a dip going on right there. Now, this is, I think, we talked about calms before the storm. We saw the ADP numbers yesterday, job numbers, not impressive, for sure, well under estimates. But those are from ADP, not from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Waiting on those numbers tomorrow. Nintendo Switch 2 went on sale this morning. Oh, I was going to get one, too. I never got my kids a PlayStation or an Xbox. We got them the Switch because it seemed a little more family friendly. They were younger. And you heard some of the stories about how people connected via Xbox and PlayStation when they were gaming. I was like, I don't think I want that for my kids. I think the Switch is a tremendous, tremendous device. I have played many games on it. I am proud. I am proud. Since the ARM, I have not done any Fortnite, but my Fortnite skills are somewhat impressive. They're expecting to sell 15 million Switch 2. That's the new one. The Switch 2 Electric Boogaloo is out. Curious to see what people thought of it. Curious to see if it lives up to the hype. It is the first update to the Switch since it was released in March of 2017. Nintendo, I'm assuming that they're relying on this to maybe now engage a release of games that are either Nintendo specific. I shouldn't say either, that are Nintendo specific, and give a better playing experience and get people to take this opportunity and get a whole new generation to move back to it. I was impressed with the original Switch. The world is crazy. The world is crazy, but we do not have to be. That's why I bring you the Tony Katz TK Thursday Music Moment, presented by Kill a Dent Removal. KillaDentRemoval.com. If you've got the door dings, right? The shopping cart hit the side or the big hailstorm, KillaDentRemoval.com will remove all that. Make your car look good as new. Hail damage repair, paintless dent removal, the door dings, all gone with Kill a Dent Removal. KillaDentRemoval.com. They are the ones who bring you the TK Thursday Music Moment. The world is crazy, but we don't have to be. That's why we've got this. We take a moment, roll down the windows. I know it's a little rainy, but the rain seems to have let up right now, so maybe it's a good moment for it. Step outside, or at least just turn up the speakers, grab a drink. I'm not here to judge, and just take a moment to chill. A moment to chill, a moment to relax, a moment to take it easy. Then we can get back to the crazy. And even though I have said, man, I feel pretty at ease, there's still madness afoot. Maybe I'm just very, very used to the madness. Maybe that's it. But we all need a moment. Take a breath and then get back to the fight. And that's why we bring you the TK, Tony Katz, that's me, Thursday Music Moment. And so for this, I can't believe I have never done one of their songs before. I am personally shocked. I went to 1966. The song that most probably kicked off everything the 70s would have to offer. If we're going to go back to a moment where things changed, it's 1966. Turn up your speakers. Roll down your windows. The TK, Tony Katz, that's me, Thursday Music Moment, presented by KillaDentRemoval.com. It's the Beach Boys from Pet Sounds. How have I not done a song from Pet Sounds before? God only knows. Producer Carl, hit it.
I may not always love you, but long as there are stars above you, you never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, well, life would still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, the life would still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without. 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 God only knows what I'd be without.
Sometimes you just need a moment. Just a breath. Just a beat. God, that song is so good. So good. You can find the full listing of TK Music Moment songs over there at WIBC.com, presented by KillADentRemoval.com. Matt Bear has got traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matthew?
Yeah, Tony, looking at westbound 70 at Sherman Drive. Semi-crash cleanup continues as we had a rolled semi earlier. That semi-trailer is gone, but we're still working on the guardrail sweeping up right now. So traffic is jammed from Sherman Drive back to 465. Eastbound 70, the crash enclosure before State Road 9. I'm told eastbound 70 has reopened. I still see a slowdown approaching Mount Comfort Road. Northbound 65 on the northwest side. This is debris on the ramp from 71st Street to northbound. Right lane of the ramp is blocked. The ramp is open. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services plus 18 months. No interest or payments. Trust a local. Trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
67 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:46.
The NBA playoffs are about to begin. Gives to Turner. Step back three. Left edge. Dagger. Halliburton scored the game-winning field goal.
Unbelievable.
In Cleveland, Game 1, Eastern Conference semifinals. Halliburton gently scoops it off the glass. Eastern Conference championship all the way to the goal. He lobbed it to the rim.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Pacers, OKC. Tonight starting at 8 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
When you golf in Missouri, the courses are so close, you'll spend more time on the fairway than the freeway. After the back nine, enjoy world-class dining and distilleries, shops, spas, museums, and more. Find your new golf MO at visitmo.com.
It's Terry Stacy. How many of you started the year with good intentions of losing weight and getting in shape by spring? Well, if you didn't hit that goal, Exercise Inc. can help. Exercise Inc. has been helping people get stronger, build muscle, lose weight, and transform their health for over 20 years. The program works, and guess what? It only takes 20 minutes a week. Their unique training method was developed in an osteoporosis research study to help prevent bone mineral loss in older women. The women in the study ended up getting very strong in a short amount of time. When the method was applied to normal, healthy adults, both men and women got a lot stronger. Their Simple 9 nutritional program has helped their clients lose over 37,000 pounds since 2013, and they've seen clients lower their blood pressure, improve their blood sugar, and get off prescription meds. Their coaches are professional, their gyms are private. Get started now before summer gets here. Locations in Avon, Brownsburg, Fishers, Greenwood, and Zionsville. Change your life in 20 minutes a week. Go to exerciseinc.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
You support them. Who supports you? Matt Baer and Ryan Hedrick provide insight, encouragement, and resources to help you navigate a loved one's recovery on the Supporting Sobriety podcast. Listen and get support wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Mike Rowe, and if you want to do business with a company that actually stands for something, switch to Pure Talk. I did. Sure, I appreciate being on America's most dependable 5G network with unlimited talk and text for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is Pure Talk's commitment to our military and to our skilled workforce. That matters to me. Save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
So this isn't the NBA and TNT. This is John Tesh. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Here is how we play our game. Producer Carl, have you met Producer Carl? He's available for bar mitzvahs and quinceañeras. He chooses a television theme song from yesteryear, and I have to guess what it is. And sometimes I phone a friend and go to Matt Baer in the WIBC Traffic Center. He always gets it wrong. And then sometimes I utilize the chat room. This isn't so. It's one of the NBA ones. I know it's Tesh, which I should get respect for. Is this NBA NBC?
Yes, it's it was the song when the Pacers were in the finals last.
Oh, look at you! Look at you with the pull. Right there. How much money do you think John Tesh has made from this?
It's better than radio money.
Oh, everything's better than radio money. Oh my gosh! You know, I could have been a meteorologist. I totally could have done it Ollie style too. What's the weather like, Ollie? It's raining. Thank you, Ollie. It would have been so great, so great. Good work. Good work with this one. All right, you've got the Pacers tonight against Oklahoma City. I'm saying it. Pacers in 6. I am hoping. Look, I want them to win. I do want them to win. No doubt. I want to see Indy get all 3 nights of this. Can't describe how good it is. Hotels, bars, restaurants, all the ancillary stuff. It's just good for us. And a spotlight. You don't think hosting an NBA Finals gets you one more convention, one more opportunity? Of course it does. Of course. Would you do me a favor, producer Carl? Would you reach out to Chris Gall from Visit Indy? See if we can get him on the show tomorrow. Kind of break down what they're expecting from the finals, and what do they expect the finals and having the WNBA All-Star Game basically back-to-back. What kind of economic impact do they expect that to bring? That would be great. Thank you so very much. And we get to look good. We get to look good. The camera shouldn't go on Joe Hogshead, but the rest of us get to look good. And that matters. I'm looking forward to that greatly. I want to see good things for the city, for sure. Tony Katz today at noon. I believe that one should ignore the activist judges, but what if the right answer is to keep your powder dry? This is a conversation of strategy. I will break that down for you at noon. Tune in then. Find everything at TonyKatz.com and get the podcast, Tony Katz in the Morning News, wherever it is you get your podcast. Subscribe. Do that today, immediately. Matt Baer has got traffic. What's going on, Matt?
Crash clear. Hancock